Greetings and salutations, travelers. Welcome back to the Inn of Planar Crossroads. And welcome back to Rise of the Runelords. This is going to be session, I believe, 54, 53, something like that. But it is going to be a very tense session up front for sure, depending on what happens and how things go. Because if you are keeping track, our PCs are currently in a very dire situation against the Black Maga. They're one down, though we already know he will show up soon. And yeah. First off, though, a disclaimer. This is an adult podcast that sometimes features adults using adult language. Some of the adults, you have been warned.
It's Dad.
The Pathfather has spoken. Announcements, less than 5 minutes. Go ahead and start your timer now. Patreon for the Black Dragon Gaming and Planar Crossroads is both going on right now. For the Planar Crossroads, we have a $50 a month goal, at which we will give away a rulebook, or at the $100 a month goal, we will give away a Pathfinder 2nd Edition playtest special edition rulebook that is already on order and on its way. I don't know if it's on its way yet, but it's already on order. So that is the goals we have at the moment. Our next subscriber one-shot will be at 400. We're going to be playing the 200 subscriber one-shot this Tuesday. Well,
Thursday,
we will have played it by the time this goes live.
Today's Tuesday, my man. We're playing it on Thursday. Unless I'm really prepped for the wrong session.
You're totally prepped for the no. So it'll be Thursday that after we play this. 400 subscriber one shot is going to go on. Should be Colin. We will see how that goes, but it should be Colin with his strange one shot. Our giveaway for this month is going to be the Dungeons and Dragons, I'm told, rather horrendous animated series. All 27 episodes. You can look forward to that if you are of the giant tier or higher of our patrons. So there you go. You can look forward to some Pathfinder 2nd Edition content coming out when it comes out. We will have that going on. But for now, we're under 5 minutes. Let's get going. We're going to, I guess, basically come right back into the action. We're going to get our battle music started up, and we will get going once he's here. So, Black Maga takes her turn. So, Black Maga is going to use her bite attack, and she's going to look around, look at the witch, and say, "Naughty, naughty witch!" And she will attempt to bite the person that is currently misfortuning her. She has to roll twice. So that means she has...
Misfortune went off? I did not realize that or remember that.
I rolled twice. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that we got misfortune on her.
No, I think it failed.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
Did it fail?
Yeah. He failed his
Malcolm's
spell
shaking
resistance.
his head. I don't know who he's shaking it at.
Now, I know that he's failed his spellcraft check, his caster level check to cast sleep.
Yeah, the caster level for sleep failed, I think.
There's only been one round, so he can't have done it.
Then why was I rolling twice last session? There's been 2 rounds, hasn't there?
I don't think
Yeah, there's been. Because I grabbed for one. We went around once.
One of them.
Yeah, there's been 2 rounds of combat. Because on your second round, you let go of Emmy, and then you breath weaponed, I think.
Yeah, there has to be 2 rounds because the shadow didn't jump in the water the first round.
Mm-hmm.
So there's been 2 rounds. That's why he's misfortuned. Does a 21 hit you?
That's right on the AC.
Okay. So that means that I need to roll damage. Damage. That's bad because he didn't roll very well. All right.
I don't know. It's like it's 60 yards ahead of us or something.
Hey.
Oh, Mal? Okay, yeah, that doesn't affect AC. Never mind. We're good.
All right, 18 damage. To the witch.
Oof.
So is the witch still standing?
Yeah, he just goes flying head over heels.
All right, so she bites at you and kind of slings you a bit with her mouth. You slam up against the wall of the skull, and she looks down and around, finds the shadow, and is like, next.
You're
And that's what
forgetting
she's going to do.
The drain. He has to make a save against the drain, or lose.
Oh,
like
he
2
does have to
levels.
make us.
Yeah.
You do have to make a save against the energy drain.
Gotta make a
Now,
fort save,
so-
Wayko.
It's a DC 22 fort save.
He's covered in wax right now. I might have access to his character sheet.
Not Wayko, everybody. Oddly
Yeah,
enough,
Malcolm.
it is
Malcolm,
Mal
the person,
that
is covered in wax right now.
messing around with his candles.
Yeah, his fetishes are so weird.
Hey, man, don't knock it till you tried it.
Oh,
You
natural.
rolled a natural 20,
Didn't say I
He gets
haven't
a
tried
+2
it.
to saves from Righteous Spite, so
so this
That's
is like a
good.
27.
27. He does not take the negative levels. So that's good. Now for the tentacles, which are going to start directing themselves down at the shadow. Does a 27 hit the shadow?
Oh, sorry, you're talking to me. Yes, yes, it does.
Okay. It's going to roll in.
Yeah, the Shadow's got an AC of like 15. It's incorporeal. That's its defensive ability.
Fine. And then. So not very much damage. We're looking at 6 total damage.
6?
Yep.
Okay. Just got 30 hit points. Okay.
Next tentacle. Going to be 20. No. 18.
Still hit him.
Okay. That's right. You said it was.
I'm pretty
15.
sure the Shadow's AC is 15.
8. And then it's adding less now. So that means it's adding 9. So 9 damage.
Okay. Gotcha.
Another tentacle. That's gonna hit. That's an 18 on the dice,
Yep.
even with misfortune. 6 damage.
Okay. It's still not dead.
And then the last one. We'll see what happens.
He's a hardy shadow boy.
Yeah, he's not looking very good probably, but he's there. What's that? Roll that. All right.
Killing me,
And then-
McGaw.
Killing me, McGaw. All right, she hits with that one too. So that means that it's going to take another 11 damage.
That's exactly how much I had
Oh!
left. You cheating piece of shit.
No, it was 11 damage. That's what it was.
Oh, the Shadow's dead, and I have to roll a fort save.
It's not very high.
No, it's not, but I have to look it up to double check what it is.
It's only like 15 or 17 or something like
I rolled a 10. No, probably not. I don't think so. Call Shadow. Nope, that's the wrong one. Summon Shadow. DC 15 Fortitude save. My bonus is a 17. I do not take the negative level.
that. All right. So you don't take the negative level, but there's not going to be any more strength drain. She did have to use up all of her other attacks on that shadow. It's now y'all's chance
Yep.
to do something about it.
Magpie feels a little barfy, but he assumes that's from the ass kicking.
Emmy,
Um,
what are you going to do?
Oof. There's a lot going on.
How far
He's,
down was the shadow?
Just enough to get to her.
It dove into the water.
So, like, did she have to move her tentacles? Is what I'm saying.
They had to move to hit him.
Okay, but they're still like if we want to attack them, they are like in threat range.
She's still in threat range. She did
Okay,
not
but
move away from you.
But the tentacles, though.
It all counts as part of her, yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. What I'm saying is there's some creepy Cthulhu shit coming out of this wall that I can attack or not. Like right here.
Oh.
Oh, well, I mean, the
Um,
cat can reach it either way. You
Yeah.
might have to get up on the retaining wall.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
But first thing Emmy's going to do is she is going to try and cast Protection from Evil Communal.
Okay.
She's gonna. Well, first I got to see if I can do that. Make a concentration check. Yeah.
To cast
Spellcraft check.
defensively, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's concentration to cast it defensively.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
That is correct.
I thought they basically were the same. That's fine.
24.
24. And what you're trying to beat is what again?
What's
It's
the
a
level?
level 2 spell.
Then
Okay.
then Emmy succeeds. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tommy and I probably have a really good idea of the DCs by now.
So, she's gonna pop 2 minutes of Protection from Evil on Wayko, 2 minutes on Magpie, 2 minutes on Nahkräs, and 1 minute on the War Cat, herself, and Luvesi.
Okay.
Okay.
You can touch all of those people because they are within your range.
Yes. Then
So th-
I assume that Wayko is sort of hovering above the ground a little ways. I don't know how high up he is.
about 5 feet.
So she could logically fit underneath him being less than 5 feet tall.
Technically. Yeah. There is space
Okay.
for a 5-foot creature below him.
Mechanically, you'd be allowed to share a square with him anyways. You just would take some inconsequential penalties for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Considering the gravity of this encounter, those penalties truly are not consequential. So we're already fucked.
Well, I meant
Hey,
because
so
she's not.
I hate to be a
no,
jackass, but when Black Maga attacked the shadow, Black Maga was rolling with disadvantage.
Yes, she was.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so make sure you have that.
Then what Emmy's gonna do is she's going to 5 foot under Wayko.
Okay, we'll just move you guys a little that way.
Yeah.
So we can see.
And then she's going to sort of look around at everyone and go, across to the far wall, as far as you can, to the edge of the dam. Wayko, follow behind him, get that war cat off the ground. Magpie, Mazus, over the edge of the dam. Get away as fast as you can. And that will be her
Who
turn.
died and made you leader of the pack?
Yeah.
Almost all of you.
Shortly, all of us. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so she has done her thing. Mazus, what you gonna do?
He's going to
Mazus
get the
comes-
hell out of here. He's gonna Black Tentacles the quad because he wants to get to second edition, and he, Alex, is vindictive and wants to watch us get pissed off.
I want to get to second.
Well, he
edition,
doesn't
but
know
Mazus
anything.
doesn't.
Mazus
Mazus
doesn't know
doesn't-
anything about the possible problems with teleportation.
Mazus knows that if we go to second edition, he'll be lost forever in first edition, never finish his character arc, and it'll be like Toy Story. Oh man, I made
Mazus
myself
doesn't
sad.
have a large character arc.
It still exists. It's kind of like nobody at this table has a large character arc because we're all NPCs, but that doesn't mean you want to cease to exist. Well, maybe you do. I'm not going to assume.
Anyway,
Embrace the void.
There we go. Got some Sirenscape now.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I forgot that exists.
Mazus is descending from the sky with his warm, glowing light shining around him.
Like a capitalist angel.
And he lands and he thuds with his staff, with his cane, walking towards Magpie and Emmy. We are leaving. And
Okay,
he is reaching out his cane towards Magpie.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna say no to that.
I really want to roll a bluff check or a sense motive check because I think he's gonna black tentacles us. But
I mean, my first instinct was he's just gonna brain me with the stick and then run
we
away.
are leaving the merciful way.
Give me your wallet.
All right. So
any motions,
Mazus-
Emyrelda, to either touch.
Yeah.
something?
She wants to see Nahkräs and Wayko get out of there, but she realizes that, she can't do much else. So, at least for now,
Okay.
she'll hang on, see what happens.
Instant transaction.
There we go. Oh, that's
I
perfect.
love it.
He's been thinking of
hurt
that
my
all week.
soul.
No, no, not all week.
Not all week.
Just
Only
seems like
most of-
Thursday night.
Just since they watched the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball, or well, it'd have to be Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super. Okay.
So I need to
That-
make
Not
a check,
important.
huh?
Yep. DC 21 caster level check.
Oh, he can make that.
Yeah, it's really easy.
He's got his hero point. He could add a +8 to it.
Ah, it's a D20 plus 9 already. There you go. Yeah, 25.
There you go.
And I need to roll a D100.
Don't roll 100. Don't mishap and end up in like roulette.
End up inside the McGraw.
I got a 12. So
End up
he's-
in the slums of Absalom. Have to fight some bandits.
So they
Kane knows.
dematerialize and rematerialize in the comfort of his wagon.
Oh,
All right. Looks like
Oh,
Runelords
amazing.
is still rising. We did it.
you guys look terrible.
Magpie feels terrible.
Let me,
Should have seen the other guy.
use-
Yeah, that also looked terrible, but it was doing way better than us.
That'll be his turn.
Okay.
So he made it.
He's
That's half the
alive.
party. Runelords kicks. Well, we gotta have one more person has to survive.
One more person has to survive.
Alrighty.
Mazus' turn's over. Nahkräs?
I
What
think
are
I'd
you
like to
going
wait
to
till Wayko's turn. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, it's a mechanical question, but how many attacks of opportunity did Black Maga take when the shadow jumped at her?
She didn't take any.
She hasn't taken
she
any.
took. She took
Oh,
one
no.
and missed, I believe.
She took
No, she
took
one and
one.
missed. Okay. All right. So
But
either
that was before her turn.
either she has combat reflexes. Oh yeah, her turn's gone by. Either way.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah, that's correct. All right. This is a teeny tiny little window. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we wouldn't matter because transdimensional. I'm just gonna wait to see what Wayko does. That'll influence how many of us die, I guess. Holding action.
Okay.
Alright. Can you hear me? Is this working?
It's
Yep.
working.
Sure is. Everything in my world is so sticky right now.
Oh, man.
Wayko just kind of barrels into both of you, and
Aw.
he says, in a panic, "Name somewhere we've been."
Sandpoint. That's really far from the wagon.
Well, I need 30 days to resummon that shadow, so...
It's within the range. And
God, I wish I would have showed up sooner so I could have been like, Fox above banner!
all right. I'm rolling to teleport us to Sandpoint.
Alrighty.
Alright, roll a d20 plus 9 for your caster level check.
Okay.
Wayko has his hero point still, so.
Right.
Ooh!
So that's a 13 plus a maximum of 4.
4 after the roll, so that won't do it. You can spend the hero point to re-roll.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Roll.
That's the move.
Otherwise,
Otherwise-
we would just have to spend another turn getting wailed on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good for me.
All right.
Fuck
That's
off!
even worse!
Well, I'm down a hero point,
Does anybody
and
have a hero
Wayko
point to
fizzles,
use?
and then his eyes fly open in alarm, and he says, "What do you mean, Sandpoint?"
But real talk, does anybody have a hero point Wayko can use to reroll?
I'm not
Emmy does. I don't know if they're communal or not.
You can't
They- I
reroll.
mean,
We could. The issue is we're not
Too
there.
You can't
Yeah,
reroll
you guys
any
you
reroll.
guys let Nahkräs use a hero point to let Gideon reroll percentage dice to one-shot Zanesha. This feels the same.
Or we can
Right,
try
but
to.
it's one hero point per round.
Okay, that's fair.
We're gonna have to survive another round, so
Yeah, but we haven't.
bring
used
it on.
Oh
You're
yeah,
supposed
he's
to
using
survive
hero point.
2
He's
minutes.
used one.
Supposed to survive 2 minutes in the cage with Black Maga, and you pinned her in a minute and a half.
I wish I could pin her in a minute. One more level and maybe. Her CMD is so real good, but not that good.
All right,
Alright.
get in there, Nahkräs.
They're getting there.
do.
All right. I'm thinking. I took 3 wisdom damage. That means I have 11 wisdom. That means I can't cast Carry Companion, but I can cast. I can cast Cure Light Wounds. There's a lot of things that could happen here. None of them are that good though.
Yes.
You aren't wrong. All right, so
Oh, I opened it! Where did you go?
for it. Oh shit! One medium is not gonna. Shit.
I just came back.
All right. How high is the dam?
The dam. We've calculated
Yeah,
this
I own
before.
the dam.
Too high to jump.
But answer the question. How high is the dam?
300 feet,
25.
roughly.
Roughly, because
Yeah,
you fall like 100 and some odd feet around or something like
Yeah,
that.
no, we had this discussion talking about whether or not you could spend a standard action to cast a spell while falling, and no, you can't. So it's 320 feet-ish, because it was shy of the 480 you need to cast a spell while falling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Because like Wayko could feather fall me, but not my war cat. That becomes the issue because she's too big.
Well, if you're riding the war cat and the
But the
war cat
featherfall can only
featherfall.
target medium creatures is the thing.
Oh,
So
did not know that.
like he could featherfall me, I could put on the strength aspect and try, I guess. I'd
To
go
hold
to-
your 900-pound cat,
She's more than that. She's before her
1,500
year.
pound.
She's a
She's-
large creature now.
That's
Oh, so is a
I
horse.
understand the mechanics. It's not about the mechanics. It's about weird. I just said it's not about the mechanics. Who am I? Oh,
You're
she's
right.
only like 500 pounds. It's doable. 17
She's
strength is a lot
500
of
pounds.
strength. Yeah,
Maybe at base form.
that's the math that I had calculated. So what I'm gonna do is,
Same as a tiger. Tiger's about somewhere between 400 and 600 pounds, depending on, size.
I
What am I
thought she was a
gonna do?
tiger to start with.
Yeah, but
she's.
tigers
It's not
aren't
like she
large.
stopped being a tiger.
She went
Tigers
from
are
medium
medium.
size to large, didn't she?
hmm
It's
And a
tiger's medium.
tiger in the bestiary is large size.
Right.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
They are.
the animal companion starts out as medium for balance reasons.
Well, I'll double check that. It's actually no. You know what? What I'll do is
Same with bears.
I can just
Why
get the
the
war cats entry
animal
out because like
companion.
that's my thought is we go over the dam. Wayko feather falls me as immediate action, and I just carry everyone down.
Yeah, the tiger's a large CR4 animal.
Okay, yeah, never mind. She weighs closer to 2,000. I guess I never did the math for moving it up because a huge one weighs 4,000 pounds. So that's out.
Oh yeah, but the weight for a large would then be 1/8 that, because when you enlarge person, you octuple in weight.
Oh yeah, that's right. So then is it
Yeah.
doable? 4,000 divided by 8 is 500 pounds. Son of a bitch, I had done it correctly. Okay, so it's awkward. I'm going to double check how Featherfall reads. But that's
He
all
can
I
cast it
really.
as an immediate action.
No, I mean, like,
but-
if I'm encumbered, will I fall? That's the question. I need to be.
The thing is, it doesn't really matter
Oh no,
right now.
it can target large creatures. It's kind of like teleport. Never mind. I'm sorry for wasting your time, guys. I'm gonna take the withdraw action in a straight line, like
You
this.
can't withdraw in a straight line.
Then what do you want me to withdraw in a fucking diagonal at him? There's a
That is
straight line right here.
diagonal.
Straight line.
That's
It's
a
not like I'm trying
diagonal
to-
straight line, right?
Straight line. Withdrawing diagonally would be like this. That's not what I'm trying to do. This is a straight line.
Hmm.
So you'll have
You-
this 5 doesn't provoke, but if this 5 would, then it does.
Yeah, I have to agree. Withdrawing in a straight line, if you're restricting that to you have to withdraw in a cardinal direction, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's like how I interpret it is like you can't take the withdraw action and then do like
You can't turn.
you can't John
Okay.
Madden.
Okay.
you can't deke on him.
Boom.
All right. So the withdrawal action can let
from
you
moving
avoid.
this square, from the square that my token is in right now, would moving out of that square provoke an attack of opportunity?
Yes.
Yes.
I can't quite tell where she ends. I think this is her last square here. So 5, 10, 15. It would provoke from. She'd be able to hit my work at.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will.
I thought when you took withdraw, you didn't provoke.
But only from the first 5 feet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's meant for disengaging from medium creatures mainly.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It gets a little more wonky when giant people. Okay, so.
Yeah, I don't know why you're talking about diagonal and stuff. It's basically just a double move with a 5-foot step.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I'm just gonna try to. The
Okay.
idea here is if I don't get hit, I'm gonna double move just straight off the wall and Wayko Featherfalls us.
Okay.
And
Now-
That's what you're
Wayko
hoping.
already. It's immediate action. Never mind. Okay. Yep.
let me
that's what
before
you're-
you make your attack roll, I want to be in. Well, go ahead and make your attack roll. I'm looking up maybe Nahkräs does an aid another to improve her armor class. I'm just not sure if I can. I don't know if I have to be threatening.
Yeah, you have to.
I have to be threatening Black Legata to do so.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind then. Here's hoping that
Alright.
34 AC walks.
You also get that
Probably will.
extra +2
Oh
from
yeah, I
the
have protection from evil on me. So
protection from evil, as well as Nahkräs doesn't have that one story feat though, because he wasn't there.
does he, Adam?
Nope. Not technically.
Okay.
So that is going to be 2. 2 on the dice. A 7. There's a 7 on the dice, but it still means that it doesn't break 30.
Didn't break a
So-
36. Okay, so we did it. So Nahkräs is gonna just like wherever Wayko is, grab him and just do your floating air guy thing now, and just over the dam. As a swift action, I'm gonna put the speed or the +4 to swim. I think it's aspect of the frog, in case this goes south. And off we go. I'm really sorry, Greg. I also believe in you.
Bamf. Gideon arrives.
The floaty air guy. I don't think I want to.
Thanks, Kane.
Bell's not there.
Is Malmot? Oh no!
If it's
We
not
go
there,
up.
Oh, God, no.
Folds his arms.
Just
And
targets
the
himself.
chicken,
Yeah, he
the
waits.
chicken pokes out and pecks him in the head a couple of times. He says, "No, I won't be. I won't
I
be."
have my
totally
standard
you."
action self. I need to punch this child in the mouth to get him.
Is it my turn? Where are you
Oh
guys
hi,
at?
it's you. Will you featherfall us, please?
He grabbed you and
Been
ran
here
over
this
the
whole
side.
time.
with
I've been listening to everything you've been saying. I don't appreciate you calling me a floaty air guy.
You called yourself a floaty air guy.
That's
But it's
our
different
word.
when someone else. Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
All right. So I assume that Wayko lets them fall for a little longer than necessary before casting.
Wayko, buy the
Well,
green now.
still-
Now would be good.
He's still startled from the orc grabbing him. But yeah, I guess we'll feather fall. 1 sec.
The kitty is featherfalled, and you guys ride the floating kitty down.
Yeah. That or I could try to port again, but if so is
That's a
Gideon
reason.
on his way busting in right now?
Don't know.
Pretty soon.
We'll find
But
out.
we know that Greg
Well,
is leaving in August. Let him die with honor.
We definitely shouldn't leave him to die.
Well, it's
Very
too late
meta
now.
of you, Wayko, but I agree.
Yeah, I can feather fall and it doesn't actually take away from my
It's an instant. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
You
cool.
get it
Alright,
right.
yeah, well, we'll feather fall, which just slows us down. I don't know
Yeah.
why. It
So
seems
you
like
all
an
see
easier target.
everybody.
Well, see,
with-
most of them are back at the wagon.
Everybody at the wagon here at C1 sees with dark vision. Way, it's weird. The sun, there's no sun out yet, but the moonlight seems to hit this dark speck that falls very fast down towards this particular skull here, and it's like, ah! You hear something in the distance over the water rushing, and then it slows and drifts into the puddle. But now it is Magpie's turn. Are you going to do anything, Magpie, or are you just going to sit there and recuperate?
All that time I spent
Magpie's
putting
gonna
together.
like splay out in the bottom of the wagon like
hear-
my body hurts so bad.
You speak giant, don't you?
Yes, I do.
You
No,
hear
fuck
from
off.
you hear from inside a box, inside a cabinet. At least you have a body.
Forgot about that.
I'm pretty
No
sure you put
response.
that there just so the druid and the paladin can fall from grace, with like Mazus' apprentice torturing a sentient being.
I mean, I don't
Poo-poo
think that'll
rabbit.
make the druid fall from grace.
She is not venerating nature.
Sentient asshole.
Yeah, I am. That's right. That's me. That is the definition of Tommy.
The sentient ass.
All right.
Sentient ass. I literally just poop everywhere.
We
and-
need to change your channel logo.
All right. So there's no real way that Black Magog can get to anybody else. And now
Did it.
we get to decide what happened with Gideon.
We get to decide. You get to decide, Adam. Let's not play here. I decide he comes back at level 20, and he wins. Right.
he solos Karzak by himself.
We just watch. I'll get some popcorn. It'd be like watching Magpie shadow dance through all the dungeons,
Yeah.
except probably a lot shorter.
Can I just get? Can I get Vanilla Reckoning?
Vanilla Reckoning.
Like from
Is that like an
World of
ice cream?
Warcraft?
From World
Oh,
of
wow.
Warcraft?
Sure, fair enough.
You want to
And
turn
just
into
do
a
a
death
rec-
knight? Like what do you?
No, just do a wreck bomb. Come on now.
Oh, the dragon.
Yeah, okay, I'm with
I
you.
don't,
It
I
took me a
don't
minute.
play World of Warcraft, so all
Surprisingly
the expansion-
enough, when I played WoW, I played a hunter. So yeah, there's that. I'm typecast.
And I played a paladin,
All right.
oddly enough.
This paladin's had a bomb. Okay. Here's what we're going to do, Greg. You will decide Gideon's fate. If you roll a 1 to 25, or a you roll a 1 to 25, or a 75 to 100, so basically a 50-50 chance, you are back at the wagon. If you roll 26 to 50, you're in front of Black Magog. If you run 50 to 74, you are back in Sandpoint.
All right, Greg, use those magic dice.
83.
83, you are by the wagon.
Bum bum bum.
There we go.
So glad we have so many full casters in this party. Otherwise, that was not doable. Nope.
Yeah, no.
We were this close, Alex. This close.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know.
she was originally going to stay behind, but
I'm
with
so disappointed.
Mazus not running away and getting closer, she just screw it.
Chamomile tea, anyone?
So-
I don't have the
Oh,
energy
I'd
to
love
be
some,
spiteful.
thank you.
Yes, please.
Are Nahkräs and Wayko back at the wagon yet?
Nahkräs and Wayko are teleporting to Sandpoint because that's still Sandpoint. No, Wayko, bad death. Ah, I probably don't like falling that much either. I've flown on my Warcat once and it was under my control. Now it's just a controlled fist.
Oh, we would have to have some swim checks for you guys, wouldn't we?
That would be a
How
plus.
large is Meg at this point?
Plus what?
She is
A plus-
technically rideable.
Fair enough.
14.
You-
Yeah, I can pull that off.
But once you give
Is
her a little
everybody
bit of
safe
training,
here?
she is a mount.
Is everybody safe here?
Yeah.
Everyone's
But-
fine. Are you wanting some tea too?
Are you speaking
Meg.
for me now? Why are you doing that voice?
What
That's
about Wayko and Nahkräs?
Oh.
Did they make it?
Meanwhile, at Sandpoint.
Meanwhile, they need to make me a swim check as they cruise. Well, they don't.
So we're falling at
cruise,
60 feet around. We have a couple rounds before we hit the water. We don't hit the water,
You
Adam.
can cast fly on the cat.
Well,
Yeah.
you have 3 rounds before you hit the water. You got
So we don't-
18 seconds to do.
You got to do
Something.
something. In 18.
So
Cast fly on the cat. Cast fly on the cat.
Wayko, teleport us out of here. You
Is
keep
it
getting up
Wayko?
and I scream at you.
Wayko's turn.
Yeah.
Okay, we're either gonna fly away on a cat like the never-ending story, or we're gonna teleport to Sandpoint.
Yeah! Falcor!
So are,
everybody.
are we actually falling while a giant burly orc is like manhandling, shouting Sandpoint repeatedly? Because you're gonna teleport to Sandpoint.
Pretty much.
Sandpoint! Probably at this point, there's no need to restrain you, so you're probably just sitting like, I don't know where my saddle
We're just
is.
holding
I
each other,
imagine the
falling.
saddle on a cat is probably like the base of the neck, so you're like skull. Just Sandpoint
perfectly
right now.
at an arm's length in front of you. Sandpoint.
It's a good thing that 5 wasn't necessary.
She's looking out the wagon to see at the dam where Black Maga was, see if
I'm not quiet
see what you
if
can
they're
see.
within earshot of the dam.
Okay, so
I don't
is
think
it?
we can
A lot
hear
of
you
water.
over all the rushing water.
if I roll
probably not, but
teleport-
she might be able to see a little speck of.
The cat.
Only if you have dark
Cat.
vision.
I mean, even dark vision is like 60 feet, so
Yeah, dark vision.
you wouldn't
Yeah,
see.
Yeah.
I was
you wouldn't
being
see any of it.
generous and being thematic. I was not being.
Well, you know, it's like it's the epic.
literal.
There's like
I
a
thought it
big
was morning, but
comic
whatever.
beast, and then there's us like dancing in the moonlight as we fall.
It's adorable. This should have been the time when I talked to you about becoming my fucking siege mage, because this is it. This is the moment.
It's
right
all we have a
here.
moment together.
Wayko, I need you in my life.
Like
Mostly for
the
mechanical
river flows
reasons,
in-
though. I need you to fire this ballista sometimes. It'll be great.
Will you be my
My
trigger
siege
man?
Twinkling eyes. I'll be your trigger man.
Oh,
So we're
So-
falling. I can teleport.
you can. I guess we're out of range.
All right.
Out of
So,
range of Black Maga, yes.
Okay.
dude, there's wax on my glasses. Man, I got
Man.
wax on my ass.
There's a fine line between glasses and asses.
So D100.
Well, it's a G and an L.
Yep. Don't misfire.
Yes. Not 100. We don't end up in like a tiny village in
To
Taldor.
go to Sandpoint, which is not close.
Suddenly,
No.
an orc and a gigantic battle cat show up in the middle of Sandpoint with a witch.
Soaking
It was
wet.
a witch who, until just recently, was arrested.
Yeah, a president who liked to
What?
set places on fire and had a
Screaming at
buddy
each
to the
other for
paladin.
10 seconds before realizing.
Sandpoint!
So they find themselves back at the Rusty Dragon as they crash down into one of Amiko's tables and break it with this massive orcat. And she's like, ah! What are you doing? There's a
I'm
door."
sorry. I'm sorry. Also, I don't know if Gideon is into women because he has no children. Wayko, we need to go. And just out the door.
Wayko's still screaming from the fall as you pick him up and run out.
Come along, mother.
Amiko yells after you, "You're going to pay for that table!"
Ah, no, I'm not. Ah!
Okay, now what? That was just the first place that came to my mind. That
Okay,
wasn't
now we
Death
have
by
to go
Kitsune.
back to Sandpoint, finally, at last.
Okay,
But we
Yeah,
don't know
that's the point of Rise of the Runelords. Sandpoint is important.
I guess we have to take a boat back to the ferry?
Oh. So
Or
we
I
get
can-
to skip some more of a module, is what I'm
Yes.
Well,
Yes,
at
we
this
do.
point in time, at this point in time, Gideon would turn to Meg. If everybody's safe at this point in time, basically, and say, "We need to go.
Boom, 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 boom.
Everybody be
What?
safe on your
What?
journey. We have
I
bad,
mean,
bad news. Dance is dead.
What?
Nualia has killed Dance and a great number of paladins of Aomade. The temple needs to know in Magmar."
Ad Victorium.
What? That's so much worse than all the other crap we just did. That was awful.
Well, we did save an entire town.
Yeah, but like, how did he still come out with the best war story? That's bullshit.
So he's actually going to use his ring to cast War Train Mount on Meg,
All right.
and they're off.
And Gideon is
Bye.
gone. Goodbye.
He's,
Adam, really
there
quickly,
he goes.
not to derail from the main quest and side quest, but is there still, when we had talked about Nualia being in Sandpoint, I had asked for some of the druids of the Order of the Fang to be sent to the area. Are they still around that I'm aware of? Has there been any contact? Okay, because now might be the time to teach Wayko about Jesus.
Wayko knows many things. Jesus is also not one of them.
And we're trying to fix it. He needs help, the poor boy. Anyway, he's not at his chair, so I'm not gonna just roleplay into the abyss here.
Okay.
Who's the typey boy?
I will start leveling to 10 though.
Okay.
You guys figure out what you want to do. And you can do it as if you have 10th level, because, yeah, you guys level up. Not because you
we
defeated
should've-
Black Maga, but because you
We sh-
survived.
We should have fucking teleported. Does anyone sell a Howdah in Sandpoint? Is that possible? How many war elephants come through Sandpoint?
Not that
None
many.
ever.
Also,
What
if Mazus doesn't immediately spend 24 hours making a belt to the weasel, I'm a liability to a party. Because now I have a huge
Well, you
war
guys
chat.
will definitely have some time. You guys discuss what you want to do while I go to the restroom,
Oh
because
god.
everybody's got to make it back to Sandpoint now, or Magnamar, or somewhere.
Oh,
Another
well, I mean,
downtime
Magnamar's on the
session.
way to Sandpoint. So I guess we'll stop in Magnamar on the way there, because we got to re-meet up with Gideon. Because I'm assuming Gideon just took off. On
Hey,
the,
bad shit.
on the griffin.
He didn't say where he went, though.
Well, he said he had to go. He had to alert the temple in Magnavar.
Yeah.
I definitely heard the word Magnamar.
Yep, he did.
We could get there
Aha!
before him.
That's what your excellent schooling in Sweden has gotten you, a lack of attention.
Boom.
I mean, she's still looking over the edge of that dam, hoping that Wayko and Nahkräs are gonna make it down.
Nope.
Nah, they're dead.
How much gold do we have between the 6 of us?
I don't think that much.
I think it's in the thing.
Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Is that after selling and disenchanting and
I've
No.
got a
stuff?
couple grand on me in gold.
Or is it
Loot,
my
that is-
notes?
Pahat.
Look, did they not teach you how like pH phonetics works?
PHs don't exist. Fucking marshmallows are a hell no. Pahat. Pahat.
We don't, we don't know how to spell. Oh
I guess I
man,
have
the only pH words I can think of are dirty. Never mind.
Yep. Yeah.
Phobia.
Accurate.
There you go.
Bone.
488 gold
Bone.
before.
I was gonna say Mimosas, but that.
That's just your dirty mind, Kane. I think.
Yes, you are correct. We got a
some
couple
gold.
grand in gold and trinkets to divvy up some
A bunch
potions.
of wands to sell.
I'm assuming this Cure Serious Wounds is a potion of Cure Serious Wounds.
Yeah. All four of them.
Well, that's what it's labeled. So
Well, it just says magic items 4x Cure Serious Wounds.
We assume.
all right.
It's
So-
become worse than another looting episode now. It's another shopping episode. 'Cause
Well,
I
you
can't
are
really.
the shopping
we
episode in the
can
wild.
We can
So-
do the shopping off screen because I know how much Adam hates shopping.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
I don't
do
mind
it all
shopping.
the
It's
time.
just you guys don't seem to like my shop keeps as much as you might.
Well,
Say-
I mean,
Welcome, come in.
it's not that I don't like them. It's just I can only buy winter tires from Snagglepuss so many times before I burn the Laugh Olympics to the ground.
All right, Adam. So I guess the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to head out into the wild, and I would like to hunt down members of the Order of the Fang. And we're hoping, and logically it tracks, we're hoping that one of them might have brought a spare howdah for a similarly large animal, because as we land in the rusty track, my work hat's a little bigger now, and mechanically, as I've taken my first Mammoth Rider level, I have a huge animal companion.
You do have to rest. I'm assuming
Okay.
that you guys take the day.
Well, yeah, it's gonna take us
Gotcha.
days just to get back to Magnamar, and then however long still to get back from Magnamar to Sandpoint.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Speaking of Sandpoint, I'm assuming it's like dusk when all this is happening while we're fighting the Black Maga. Yeah. Or what time of the day is that happening?
It was night.
Yeah, that's a fair ask. Okay, then we rest. I forgot it was the middle of the night.
Yeah, it was the middle of the night. That's why I said that the moonlight danced across it, not the sunlight.
Yeah. So Emmy will probably insist on at least waiting until the crack of dawn before leaving, just to see if Nahkräs and Wayko somehow make it out alive.
Black Maga comes over the dam and finishes off what she started.
Yeah, we're not no. You can sit here and wait, but this wagon it's moving.
If
This
they were
wagon trains are rolling.
if they were gonna come out of that water, they'd have been here by now.
She sort of looks at Magpie, nods, and then starts crying.
Maybe Wayko got them somewhere. I've forgotten the word hug somehow. I'll hug my way.
Console?
Yeah. I was like, hug? Like, that's not a word. That's just some made up shit you dreamt about once.
I'll place arms around body and
Yes.
squeeze.
I will take
Compress.
my hands and arms and wrap them around the torso area of Emyrelda and squeeze gently in a comforting manner.
Hembrachi. You're going to Hembrachi here.
Hembrachi?
If Wayko got them somewhere, then why aren't they here? Why aren't they with us?
Well, you know Wayko. They're probably in the middle of, I don't know, somewhere Wayko would go.
She smiles slightly, and the tears, they sort of stop rolling, but her eyes are still watering a bit.
And Magpie takes the tear with his thumb. It's very cinematic. There's
Yes.
there's like a Dutch tilt and a close up.
Orky and Witch Boy are beloved.
We did it.
All right. That's what those two are doing.
It's your eye like a big
Wax
pizza
all
pie.
like a
It's
keyboard.
a seed mage.
All right, so in the morning, I want to do everything I said that we do, Adam, unless you have interrupts. Also, this is a really good time to take the wayward boy who is, that to my knowledge, listening to the whisperings of some kind of strange chicken monster and introduce him to the green faith because it might do him a little bit of good. We're going to learn all about Jesus
I'm also
together now.
arguing with a glowy red mask, which is made out of a spiral of skin, and then I'm going to wear it and cry.
Good. I forgot you had that.
I'm gonna wear it and cry.
No one can see you cry.
But they can hear it because it's like ugly crying. It's like,
Oh yeah, no, it's
Oh,
definitely
God.
ugly crying. It's real bad.
He's like, anytime you can see his smile, he's grinning, and then he puts the mask on, and like he's full shoulders, like.
The mask actually confers on the wearer a real bad bipolar disorder. Well, it hurts your charisma. That kind of tracks. You could, maybe.
All right. So that means we're going to have a journey from Turtleback to Turtleback, then to Magnamar.
We'll probably
Gideon
stop
had
at the
some
fort to
struck
at
off.
least check in with.
I think it's cute that you think Gideon will stop at the fort first.
No,
That's
I'm
the
not talking
closest
about
thing to a
Gideon.
dick
I'm
move
talking
I've ever
about.
heard Adam say in his whole life. I
I'm
think it's
talking
cute
about
you have that thought.
Emmy, Mazus, and Magpie stopping at the fort because it's on their way back
Oh.
to Turtleback.
Well,
Why are
it's-
we stopping at the fort?
Miles out of your way.
Is it? I thought it was like literally on the road. Just
Wow,
on the
no,
side.
No,
you
that's why
gotta
it
go
took
like
so long
20
to get here.
miles off the road to get to the fort because they're like.
It's
Oh.
a day to get there.
Gotcha. I thought it was much closer for some reason. Oh well.
Both in Nowheresville and really badly put together to fight ogres. Come on, guys.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Guys.
It's,
Yeah, so it's like
quite
5
ways
miles out of the way.
Mountainous terrain.
It's
Yeah,
5
yeah.
miles as the crow flies, which means that it's going to be.
Hey, they
I mean,
have 3 of
off the
those.
Yeah.
They have 3, yes.
I'm really glad I didn't have to babysit those in the Black McGow fight. They'd be flying around the dam and not in my possession. Oh no.
It's not like she would have been
I'll,
scared of them.
Hey,
I'll
so
go ahead.
did we take damage or drain? We took damage, right?
It was damage. It was just.
So do we, after resting, does it all heal or does it? I'm not familiar with how it comes
You're
back.
Yeah,
One.
it's 1 point per day.
Okay, gotcha.
What is Mazus doing?
I shall warn Magnamar
Oh? By what means?
by teleporting means.
Oh. So we're gonna need.
So he's
another
gonna get
roll.
all the gold from the mayor and keep it for himself.
Classic.
No, that would be very against Magnamar because that would be a share greater than what he deserves.
Abadar.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, he's not going to scam you, but that doesn't mean that his deals are always going to be in your favor either. Always a market.
Fair.
59. Sounds like you're fine then.
Yeah.
So you teleport where?
To pub.
What pub
we
did
haven't,
Mazus go to?
we haven't talked about Mazus's.
Oh, that's right. You went and saw
alcoholism
some
up until
ladies.
this point.
The what?
You went and saw some ladies in Magnamar, if I remember right.
Nah, that was in Sandpoint.
Oh,
Yeah. There
I thought
was,
you went out when Aaron went out.
Nah, there was no time. Magnamar.
I
No
didn't
time
have
for fun.
time for hookers.
Yeah.
I was busy being a banker.
You know how much work it is to enchant items? It's a lot of work.
It's very time consuming. Had I died, I was bringing in another item crafter just to help you out. Jesus. 5 million days and we're on par.
All right.
He'll spend
I don't
some
think the lack of
time.
downtime was as bad as we made it out to be.
He'll spend
That's
some
fair.
time in a nice pub and taking it easy, and then he'll take a stroll to the.
He's gone all day.
Yeah.
It's this one teleport trip takes all day, and you guys are like, "Wow, he's really."
Oh yeah, I got
Noah's gone.
lost, like, in transit, and I just had to like circumvent and get back somehow. The traffic was horrible.
In what, the astral plane?
Yeah.
Everyone's teleporting at once today. Now there's a one-shot if I ever heard one.
Yeah, that sounds like a Tommy one-shot if I ever heard one.
Yep.
All right.
Storytelling? I don't need storytelling or framing devices. I just need magic.
Pretty much. Welcome to Pathfinder.
Okay,
Never
so while
had a
he's teleported away
story.
and Nahkräs is trying to convert Wayko,
Well, first he
Henryetta
needs
is-
to find his people if they're even there. I don't know what you've done with them.
Okay.
Because I'm not trying to do shit. I'm trying to have the people who are more powerful in the order than me do shit.
Okay,
Should I
well,
make a
you're level
survival check?
10. To be fair, you're level 10 now. There's not going to
Yeah.
be a whole lot of people that are going to be more powerful than you.
You know,
That's
I kind of
fair.
get what you're putting down. Nature is good because nature is normal. It's even natural. That's where the word nature comes from. And that's why civilization needs to burn to the ground, right? That's the point.
Some feel that
Yes.
way. Yes.
Yes.
Some
Yes,
feel and
yes.
some are
Good,
allowed to
Wayko,
feel.
good.
Yes.
Henryetta. I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know what she's saying, but I know she's saying bad.
I'm
That
sure
chicken
she's
is-
agreeing with you.
That chicken is totally twisting everything the druids tell like him.
Yeah.
Anarchist
The
propaganda.
second bit of it from the chicken, and then the third point of view from the mask, and then he consults the little corn Mazus, and you're like, wow, I'm really gonna give this guy siege weaponry, aren't I?
Yeah.
What do you think, little corn man? Burn down your family.
I should make a crossbow the size of 3 men and strap it to the back of the cat.
Goals.
It does sound. It sounds not unlike the Order of the Flame. So yeah, sure. Good enough.
It sounds awesome.
And all of Wayko's patron spells change to Wall of Fire and Fireball.
Hey, you're pretty big. Can I ride your back?
Me?
Yeah.
Fine.
Yes. We're freaking now. We're Urukai journeying.
So
He
do-
runs as though the very whips of his masters were behind him.
He's trying to find the whips of his masters because he'd like to spend money and maybe buy a howdah from them. Hopefully they brought one.
I just think it's interesting that you think druids would run around with howdah on the back of their.
I think it's interesting that you have a convoluted idea of what druids are, Adam, but we're not here to debate that. Do they have it or don't they?
Is meat or is meat not back on the menu, boys?
You could probably talk to a carpenter or a hostler, and they might be able to have some idea of how to make a saddle for an inordinately large animal.
Yeah, it's essentially just
You're
a
wanting a
platform.
saddle.
I'm not. I'm wanting a howdah, which is it's more or less just a platform with a canopy over top that's big enough to hold a ballista and or 4 people.
Okay, yeah. I thought you were asking if they had a fully kitted out howdah with the ballista.
Oh, no,
on
no,
the
no.
back of their
That'd be
things, and
great.
it's
It tracks
be-
because that's we come from Belkzen, and in Belkzen that's very commonplace. It's not like we're gonna abuse the animal to do it. Whether or not the mechanics of putting a catapult on somebody's back and firing it are not good for your spine. It's
Oh, super not good for your spine.
not good for your spine at all.
Yeah. The ones that are there definitely don't have a fully kitted out howdah. They have an understanding of how to make one if you wanted them to kind of craft one and you wanted
Okay,
to work
yeah.
with them to craft.
Yeah, we've got a month of travel time, man.
We do. Okay, that works for me.
We're
So
hanging out.
Developments will happen in that month.
Is it gonna
Hang
take
around,
a full
Adam.
month to craft it? It's not, is it?
No.
It won't take a full month to craft it, but the party won't reunite or
Say a
And
month.
then just-
Say a month. Say a month. Please, say a month.
Why does it need to be for your shadow? Yeah.
Yeah, I need it's 30 days for my shadow.
I need to take
I will count
Wayko
it up,
back to
Kane.
Belkzen. He needs to learn all about the druidism, and we're gonna teleport to Belkzen for a month.
Sure he
Kane-
does.
Kane needs my help.
All right. Well, this was the end of the month,
Okay.
and we went to Skull Crossing.
Which one?
It took a week to get here,
It sure did.
so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh.
6, 7, 8, 7. Okay, so that's 1 week, and then it'll take another week to get to Magnamar, I think we said. And from Magnamar to... No,
Except
it takes
except
like
for the fact
4
that
days.
we're all using, and not to shit on Kane's getting his shadow back, but like we can all teleport.
Yeah, that is a thing. Everybody
We
can
need to move
teleport.
the wagon.
Yeah,
yeah.
Jesus would have to
I mean,
lose the wagon
technically-
behind.
Got that
Technically,
shrink
Evan
object
can
yet?
drive the wagon.
Technically, your
But-
ward, who's not as strong as you, can be abandoned in the wilds to drive your car home.
Y'all don't know her.
Be
You
fair.
don't know her. You don't know
Yeah.
her life.
I know
That's
Aaron
fair.
well enough to know she would probably take Mazus' shit.
Yeah. Possibly.
Under Article C of Section B, under abandonment of personal property in the wild.
Yeah, she
Seems
made a
good.
bunch of addendums to the contract you two signed when you adopted her.
Ugh.
But so that would put you out about 10, 8, 9, 10, 11 days. You would get there on a Sundus or Sunday, I believe it is. Let me make sure. You would
Is
get there
there,
on a star day. No, Sunday. You would get there on Sunday. That's what it is.
What month are we in?
You would. It's the next day. Is like the day you wake up and you're level 10 is the first of Cast's Callistrial.
Which is the February equivalent.
Yes.
Okay, because it's relevant because Nahkräs's birthday is coming up, and I don't have a lot of birthdays before middle age, and I'm trying not to
Back
cheat.
To
Yeah, I think you and Magpie will both hit middle age before the end of this AP.
Yeah, I got 5 years.
I have
Closer to 4 now.
I think I have more than that, but this AP is supposed to span like
Like 10
in
years.
game time, like 10 years.
Hmm.
Hmm.
What about the full casters? It's really relevant for them.
okay.
I guess I should start leveling. Is that okay? Can I start leveling up mechanically, Adam?
Yes,
Okay.
you all can.
Didn't know if
Uh,
you had like an encounter or something.
So you guys have to go back to Magnamar after you get back to Turtleback. So it takes the day to get back to Turtleback for the wagon. The wagon also has to get back to Magnamar. That's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to Magnamar. And we're going to, because Gideon will get to Magnamar before you guys will if he's flying by himself with Meg. So, because he'll go as
He's
the
got that
crow
straight
flies.
line.
Yeah.
He'd get
Is that
there
what's happening,
before us
Gideon?
if he walks? So yeah.
Yeah, Magpie's got 8 years before he hits middle age.
We'll probably both hit.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think I could fly with how heavy I am. It would
I
be
get a
right.
D12 hit die. That's sweet.
So,
Well-
Meg can carry a lot.
6,
I mean, if you want to leave some of your armor behind, probably.
And he left.
Emyrelda, dear, can you answer a question for me? Sure. I see the sun in the sky, and I have to ask you, have I suffered some intermittent brain damage, or is it noon?
And you've gotten really wise at level 10. Those are big words.
I have a wisdom of 14.
Fair.
So, is the sun like... I'm assuming that the sun is actually in the sky, and it's around noonish, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. No, it's around noon. Then perhaps, my dear, you could tell me, where is my shadow? You know, Emmy does know some shadow dancers, right?
She technically did. That's where he learned shadow dancing.
So she would be somewhat familiar with the fact that their shadows can do stuff on their own, right?
Yep.
Yes, but more specifically, mine is dead. Yeah. If you had taken that negative level, she might have felt that, but that didn't happen. So she looks at him and goes, "Oh, that's a good question. I wonder if it ran off somewhere." Ran off?
It's attached to me.
Well, you're a shadow dancer, right? I mean, you learned shadow dancing, so your shadow should be able to move on its own.
I mean, I learned how to hide real good. I don't know what that has to do with me not blocking sunlight. Am I dead? Have I died? Is that why? Am I insubstantial? He starts, like, feeling himself all over to make sure he's still, like, solid.
No, you're still there.
All
I
right.
was reading the chat. What does this mean? What do you mean it went somewhere? What is it doing without me?
How can I live without you?
It's a really good question. I'm not sure. In fact, I'm surprised I didn't see it moving on its own earlier.
Yeah, typical of a... What the hell is my last name? Typical of a Corvus Shadow. You should see the way my brothers act when they think they're in trouble.
Perhaps they will at some point. This does allow
are you
certain
sure?
other
Are you
developments.
sure, Adam? Have you killed my whole family despite me?
I
Sounds
know.
like a GM.
I know what I've done.
Oh, yeah. You waited too long to give me backstory, and now they're all dead. Ha ha!
All right.
Oh,
So, as that goes on, we will say no one has anything specific they want to do aside from selling junk. And
Emmy
stuff like that.
does.
Yeah, so is Nahkräs. My agency.
Nahkräs is training with his fellow
That-
druids.
That doesn't mean I don't also have like questions and roleplay I would like to do.
Well, you got 2 weeks almost to work with, because that's about how long it takes him to get back. 1, 2, 3,
Is that how long it takes him to make the Howdah?
11, 12, 13. Howdah takes about a week of constant work. Did you have them looking at something else?
I just kind of want to touch base. I want to know how the Archdruid is. I want to know like what's going on. It's been a really long time since Nahkräs has been back where like home was, and like his life and the life of the
Excuse
people
me.
he cares about is flashed before their eyes on a couple occasions. Also, he's now realized there are in fact things out in the world that are scarier than war cats are. It might just be Black Magat, but it's still there. So Nahkräs is a little homesick.
Fair. So you spend that time visiting and stuff. You can incorporate your retraining into that 2 weeks and
Okay,
cut it
gotcha.
off, cut some of it off. So that's
cool.
that's kind of mechanically and thematically what we see happening, along with the attempted conversion of Wayko, not so successfully, thanks to
He got basically the tenets of a neutral evil order of the Flame Druid, which in Nahkräs's mind is better than Demon Chicken, because he's not incorrect. It's just
that's the impression that you get. That doesn't necessarily mean that Henryetta has been permissive of his straying from her influence.
Oh,
I think that's up to Wayko though.
Well,
Wayko
all right.
saves.
Captain Agency. Why are you talking about agency when you've been talking about how Wayko feels, huh?
Shut up. Was I
I'm
retraining?
gonna listen to the chicken first and foremost.
Yeah,
But he thinks him and the chicken have a pretty good understanding that power's the MO, and anything that can be done to get us more power will ultimately benefit the things we can do with power.
Good deal.
So the Order of the Flame thing was interesting, but you're gonna trust the chicken your mother gave you.
Oh yeah, he would never be the full. He would never join an order in truth. He would probably lie and pretend for benefits, but
All the
Good enough
bennies
for me.
within
I like the idea that Wayko trusts the chicken because as much as he like fears and hates his mother is probably the most powerful entity he can think of.
That's very accurate, actually. I haven't actually finished any of the write-up thing, but the chicken was like a grim reminder of the past, but also kind of the one anchor of sanity, right? Keep the chicken around. The unholy, hag chicken.
Mother's last gift.
Yeah.
Hey, for me, that's type 1 diabetes.
So,
That
Mine-
sounds a little
mine
more
has-
messed up than I mean it to be.
Yeah, that's
My
a little fucked
diabetes
up.
has yet to bloom. I'm actually going into the doctor at 9:30 tomorrow to find out if it has bloomed.
Yeah, he
Here's
got
how-
like a demon chicken that gives him magic. You got.
I got a
bad
short
pancreas.
life sentence. I got
The
the
ability-
lifespan of my orc, probably.
Oh,
We did it.
lifespans
man.
can expand. I'm just saying.
Half a
That's
century
true.
isn't bad, man. If I hit
drink water.
70, I'm not fully mobile still. I'm gonna find something tall to fall off of because
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
die
concur.
broke and alone and happy because I
Here for a
never
good
sold
time,
out to
not
the
a long
man.
time. Also, I'm gonna complain on the stream that feral combat training is a prerequisite for anything if you want your animal companion to CMB because it's super
Yep.
mean.
yeah, it is.
Oh.
That's why Francis has it.
Yeah. I'm very
Yeah.
tempted to retrain my armor proficiencies into the grapple stuff, but I
So we
like
know-
my fat armor class. Never mind. Good.
So we know what Wayko, we know what Wayko and Nahkräs are doing for these next several days.
Do
on
I
the
get
trip
anything
back,
back?
as far
What do you
as retraining?
Like what's going on, like touching base and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah,
for the questions,
you
yeah.
communicate and stuff. Like you are able to communicate. You're even able to get one of them to pull off a. It's not a full it's not a phone call type thing, but you communicate with the Arc Druid.
I'm scrying through like a pool of water or something.
Yeah, pretty much use the natural resources to do that. As far as word back about the Corruptor Nualia, you don't. There have been fluctuations in the way that the natural energy has been behaving, but specifically around Sandpoint, it hasn't been too crazy. There's been like a ripple once or twice. Is kind of funny, kind of a funky feeling yesterday. Well, it wouldn't be yesterday when you talked to him. A couple days ago, around the Storval Deep area, there was this wave, this disturbance in the force, for lack of a better word.
Mhm.
But you probably have a fair idea what that was, and you expound that to him. So there is communication. No specific leads on Nualia herself, though. She
Okay.
seems to be on the plane sometimes and off of the plane sometimes. She doesn't seem to be staying still. And that's kind of what you get back from her from him as far as the situation.
Alrighty. Might there be anyone here that would be capable of scrying Magpie / Emmy? Because it's probably dawned on Nahkräs a long time ago, but it's dawning on Tommy Gaddy that we should probably phone the other home and be like, hey, we didn't die horribly. Here's Wayko. Pull him in front of the Skype window. Push him back.
Well, all right. There is the same druid that helped you with scrying to talk with your father-ish figure. Can also help you scry to talk to them.
Okay.
Her name is Bonada.
Okay. No,
and
definitely
she
like.
is,
Mhm.
she is it's hard to pin down a race, really, because you see her kind of shift in and out of animal form, and she kind of shifts back and forth she polymorphs herself several times. So her original race you're not quite sure of, but she just kind of polymorphs around a little bit to what she's feeling for the day, and she can scry. fairly
Okay.
well. And she's able to help you kind of get an idea where they are. And by the time you would do that, probably it would be they would be back in Magnamar.
All right.
So you guys, we can pick up right there with you guys. You guys make it back to Magnamar. And Gideon has been there for a day or two.
Mhm.
And you guys get there. He has been, I suspect, Gideon, expanding on what happened with Paladin Dance and what went on with all of them. But we can let him decide that when he gets back.
Quick question: is it possible for Emmy to do some retraining during this time period, even though we're traveling? I don't know.
With whom?
Yeah, that's a fair point. She wants to retrain some of her bloodline stuff,
Mm.
some sorcerer stuff.
I feel like that could be accomplished by like a sorcerer through deep introspection because it's literally within her, right?
It depends if she's keeping. It depends if she's keeping stuff in concordance with her bloodline or not.
Yeah,
Fair.
do you
If she's
change
wanting
your
to
bloodline.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
you can't
changing
change your
the.
bloodline, but
It wasn't changing the
What do you want
bloodline.
to
It
do?
was doing the cross-blooded archetype to access some other stuff that's within her blood that she did not previously know about, i.e., her father's origins.
I don't. You can do it over the downtime. I would probably allow you to do that, but I
Mhm.
would be with the like you already have divine, so you would need to really focus in on a thing or a place that would work well for you for that. Whether that's the woods or something, it would take some introspection, and you're not getting a lot of introspection sitting in a cart with 4 other people. I think
Fair. Yeah.
1,
Yeah,
2,
that's
3.
that's fair. I just wanted to know for my reference if that was something that was doable within the travel period, or if just before I level.
You can incorporate it into your level if you want to.
Again?
So, yeah.
Do I still have to
Because
pay
we're
all the
doing
training
downtime
costs?
stuff right now. Yes.
Okay.
There must be a tax involved, or everybody would do it all the time.
Yeah, you're not
Um,
wrong.
And then
Yeah, I'd
Magpie-
like to be a monk now.
Yeah.
Please, can we?
I-
I'll do that.
Magpie is still concerned about his shadow.
Yeah, what, that's, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Maybe something managed to. I hate to say this, but maybe something back at the dam or the fort killed it. I don't know.
She was talking to Magpie.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't typing. What are we doing?
Emmy said that maybe something back at the fort of the dam killed your shadow, but she doesn't really know. It's very unusual that it would be gone this long.
Can you kill a shadow?
I mean, didn't we back at Thistletop
Wow.
in the caves?
I suppose that's true, but is that the same thing? I mean, that shadow was mine, right? Like, it belonged to me. Those were just like weird, spooky shadows.
I don't know honestly how much Emmy would know about this. Like, she knows
Probably
shadow
not a
dancers.
lot.
She knows that their shadows can move on their own and do stuff, but I don't think she would necessarily have an answer to that question.
Right.
What's the difference
It would
between your shadow and weird, spooky shadow?
What's the difference between a shadow dancer's shadow and just a random shadow you would find in a dungeon somewhere?
Mechanically nothing. Well, no, that's not true.
But she would
the
know
only-
that.
Yeah, that's more class knowledge than probably would have been divulged in idle conversation.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Especially considering that you would be talking about living undead that would be following a person around, and that's not exactly the type of idle conversation you want when you're a caravan that's already somewhat distrusted by
Yeah.
individuals outside the
Yeah.
caravan.
I mean, it basically, in most cases, functions like a familiar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So there's that. You guys are mulling over the disappearance of his shadow. Is Mazus doing anything in particular once he reaches, in between reaching or reaching Magnamar? Because he teleported, so.
I mean, he went there and we're like giving the report, like what happened, and that Gideon will probably arrive in a couple of days' time.
Okay. You give a report to the mayor or to the paladin, to the temple, or to both?
I'll go to the mayor and then he'll take the day off.
Okay. So you imbibe a little bit. You go to see the mayor.
Oh, didn't expect you back so soon.
Yes, I am alone, however. The rest are
Oh, that's...
taking their sweet time.
Oh, not
Yeah,
quite
that's-
as efficient as
That's
you
why
are.
I stayed on the wagon. That's why that happened.
Not quite as efficient as yourself, then, I guess.
Well, perhaps not.
I suppose you were wanting to tell me about what's going on there. Those black arrows probably are taking their sweet time.
The Black Arrows were all captured and killed, apart from, well, 2 of them.
What?
Yes. Very, very disturbing, I know.
Yes, I devoted quite a bit of funds that way. I mean, and the loss of life is regrettable as well.
Yes, they will need a lot of funding to get the fort back into function again.
He kind of just looks towards another part of the house where you assume all the dosh is, and is like,
Yes, I see. Well, it's perfectly understandable. I suppose that's going to happen. But you can't leave it undefended. It's been useful to me. Anything else?
and I would assume you would tell him about the dam.
Oh,
and
there's
stuff.
plenty. Shall we talk over dinner? There's so much I have to
Oh,
tell
yes.
He rubs his belly a little bit subconsciously and says,
Oh, yes. That sounds fantastic. By the way, is Wayko with you? Might,
Ah, I forgot. Oh no.
Ah, I
Awesome.
didn't forget. I remember.
you. No, like I said, it is only I.
Oh, disappointing. Do have him come by and see me. It'll be wonderful.
I'll wait more. Slick witch booty.
And there's the name of the session.
Slick witch booty.
that might get some clicks, I guess.
That's a very clickbaity title. You got this.
The Wayko fans will come out from the woodwork.
Right? I'm a little insulted we don't have fan art yet.
Well, you got to have viewers to have fan art.
Yeah, we can't.
I'm
I wanna give
slighting
you
our
guys
own
hugs.
selves.
Yeah. If you can't make fun of yourself, who can you make fun of?
Me.
That's right. Self-deprecating humor is still humor.
Well,
All
I
right.
mean, when you say it like that, you make it sound like you enjoy it, and that's just
No,
ugh.
not quite. Not there yet.
There's nothing I love more than a verbal beatdown.
Dirty, dirty Tommy.
Oh yeah.
Turtle beat it.
All right.
So,
So you have a nice dinner with the mayor and are able to establish all the different things that happened, all the facts of what happened, embellishing or not embellishing as you will, since you are the person to report. and you do get paid. So, there you are.
And let him know about the Black Magar, that they were basically ambushed by the creature and therefore not ready to take up the fight, and they were scattered like by the wind effectively.
Oh,
And at least the major part of the party is making its way over here.
oh, yes, yes. I suppose, are you going to wait for them in town, or will you be meeting them in the middle?
I will probably move back and forth, keeping an eye on them at least once a day and see that they haven't done anything foolish.
And like as you say that, it jump cuts back to me and Emyrelda, and I'm like, Emyrelda, can you teach me more about magic?
And you just hear
You
What's her
probably
name?
like see her like concentrating, like trying to meditate and think and do this sort of retraining thing going on. Magpie interrupts her, just sort of sighs and
It's okay, you don't have to. I can ask the girl.
You could
I
ask
have
my
a name.
apprentice.
This
Yeah,
seems like a
yeah,
really
I just hear
wonderful
her
time.
going, great, this is such a
By the way-
perfect idea.
This seems like a good time for Nahkräs's phone home to hit.
Somebody has to teach me how to do shadow conjuration.
Emmy will assist, as this does sort of tie in with how I was going to do the bloodlines, but we'll
Okay.
we'll see. It relates.
So you start to help him, and this is in between. You know, Mazus is back and forth. He keeps
Mhm.
coming in, reporting to Aaron. Aaron says, "Oh, while you're in town, please go by the old Foxglove place and give this." And she hands you a pouch of gold pieces to the attendee there. They will make sure everything is ready for you, and you may stay there free of charge.
Yes, we can stay free of charge at the house where we murdered shapeshifters. Yeah!
Cursed, you know that.
Only until we
No,
hallow
the
it.
townhouse. The townhouse.
Ah,
Yes, I got it at a screaming deal.
Ha! Ha!
Nice.
Ha!
yes, I've heard that there've been murders in that house.
Yes,
No, they
But,
weren't murders. They
we
attacked
don't
us
spread-
first.
we don't spread such rumors around town, though. She says, giving you a sly look.
No, but it probably helped in the negotiations, I'm sure.
Oh, I mean, I had to take on some kind of risk, investing in a property, and even in Magmar itself, while having to deal with such a reputation can be damaging to the value of the property. And so,
And that it's now owned by a hero of Sandpoint doesn't hurt at all.
yeah. So,
We
There
Does
you
that
go.
offer extend to all of us or just you?
I'm sure that we can arrange some form of equitable compensation.
Well, when I say does that offer of you can stay there for free extend to all of us, that's really a yes or no question. It's either it's free for us or we have to pay. In which case, I'd rather just stay in Sandpoint because Miko lets us stay there for free. She's much nicer than
now.
you.
I agree. So you have that
I-
opportunity, and then you guys are discussing this. He teleports away, and the call hits.
Emyrelda!
Wait, there's a call?
Phone home.
missed
Nahkräs,
that.
phone home.
Oh,
It's just my finger. I grab Wayko because he's the caster. His finger doesn't
you're
That's
holding
a
up-
long, green, pudgy finger.
Just. You
Cast
feel-
light on my finger. It will be funny. I saw this in a movie once. Oh, my
The
eyes.
great poet Stefan Spielberg.
Nahkräs?
Where are you?
We're in Magnamar.
More specific.
Where are
please.
you?
Can we
More
see
specific,
them?
please.
Is the call audio only?
It's
There's a
Skype
hazy.
is the thing.
You see them in the reflection of the water. Bonada has kind of zoned out. Her eyes have rolled back, and you see she's holding a bowl of water, and you see them in the water, but it's like ripply and stuff like that.
Okay, so we don't have enough line of sight to teleport to where they are. We don't have enough of the room to get the picture. Okay.
So
Magnamar.
we
It's
are
just wind.
right
Be
now.
right
If
there.
I'm understanding, we're outside of the house, right? The Foxglove house, or no?
Well, you're almost to Magnamar.
Almost to Magnamar.
Now the timeline's super wonky because they've done Magnamar roleplay, and I'm about to just Wayko, check us to Magnamar.
Well, we were considering going back to Sandpoint to stay at the Rusty Dragon. But where are you? Are you you're still alive? Why didn't you just come back to the wagon? You survived.
I panicked. Okay, I panicked. Wayko asked me where to go. We went to Sandpoint. We're not in Sandpoint now. Now we're with the Green. Where are you? I can be there soon.
I'm learning about the green.
He's learning about the
Pokes his
Green.
head in the way. I'm learning.
When you
Waco
say
was
it, it
very
sounds
brave.
Like you're smoking a lot of pot with some.
I was I'm learning the green.
I'm learning the power of the green.
I mean,
This is the Reverend
that
Green.
pipe that does Unseen Servant is very crucial to him being the siege mage. So yeah,
The
sure.
unseen servant helps me learn.
Helps me learn. I'm gonna shoot that thing, man.
Whoa,
I mean,
man.
we're almost to Magnamar. We should be by the gate soon.
We will meet you there. I will end the call. Look at. I feel like I'm on Skype. Just click end the call. look at Wayko. Wayko, take us to Magnamar.
You will have to take 5 days. You will have to take 5 days off of your current retraining that you were doing then.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize the timeline is wonky. I definitely assumed we had it all taken care of.
I also assumed you were going to stay there and retrain.
I can learn more about making contraptions and learning about the green.
Okay,
and talking
never
with
mind.
the chicken.
Pretend I didn't say that. I got the timeline screwed up.
Green.
Yeah. Bling, bling, bling,
It's
bling.
really weird when there's a 6-man party in 3 different places.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, Nahkräs, what did you forget? Never mind, just come
Never
to
mind.
Sandpoint.
My player is a dumbass. I'm sorry.
All right. So all this has happened. Gideon is back on the call with us, I believe. So we are going to see what you want to do. You want to fly straight through as much as you can with Meg?
Basically. Yep.
All right. So you get there.
And basically
Mazus
the entire way there, just in case we get ambushed by something, he's explaining exactly what happened to Meg, so that if necessary, she goes on to provide report.
Okay. It's hard to tell, but you feel like she speeds up a bit when you start talking about dance, and when you say what happened to him, some wet droplets hit your face, and she continues flying and doesn't say anything.
It's drool.
Wait, the griffin is crying?
That would
Mourn
be
for his loss.
Because I might have zoned out there. 'Cause
So
if the griffin is crying and Gideon's riding on the griffin and the teardrops hit his face, I guess the wind would blow them back. Never
Yeah,
mind.
the wind. It's all wind, man.
They've flown into a gravity poop.
It's all wind. It's definitely not drool. Was just trying to lighten the mood because Adam's a real bummer right now.
He is.
Also, I have some thoughts about the adventure path when we're done.
Okay.
Classic Kane, having
So,
thoughts.
yeah, no,
Having
he'll continue
thinking.
going and validate the emotions, but sort of mourn his loss, not mourn his death. He died well. He's with Iomade now. We have more important things to worry about at this point.
Okay. She believes you, and you hear her go. Yes. A dutiful service. And she continues to fly. She goes longer than normal, probably longer than was good for her, but you do get there very quickly. And you are able to make it basically right on in to the to Magnamar itself. You see along the line of along the wall, some of the archers kind of train up and start to align their bows, and then she just cries out, "For Iomade!" and dives.
Sounds like she's crusading against Magnamar. Jesus.
Dives toward the temple, and they all you see them all look at each other and go, "Oh," and just start going back to what they were doing, as if this is something, her flying around has not been a strange occurrence for them.
They were like, "Crap, she's back." It was quiet.
Yeah, something like that. So you are able to make it back. Where do you head?
Yeah, Gideon will approach what I'm going to guess is the council chamber, or try to find somebody in charge.
Okay. Finding someone in charge right now actually is a bit more challenging than you would think it would be. You get there, and there's a bit of disarray. The paladins you hear talk of, they're supposed to be back by now. What's going on? They haven't reported in 2 days.
Based upon his knowledge of the Iomedaean order and what have you, Dan's probably being one of the most powerful paladins in the order, I'm taking it.
At least here in Magnamar.
Where would Gideon at this point rank?
Now we're all more powerful than NPCs. This is weird.
Gideon is probably the second, as far as official rank. You haven't really been officially ranked up anywhere, but as far as impromptu, you are going to be doing this type of duty rank, you could facilitate second in charge, or even paladin in charge, crusader in charge.
Given his understanding of that, Dan's probably took quite a few people with him. He'll arrive into the courtyard.
All right.
Temple of Iomade! At attention!
That everyone seems to stop, see you, look at each other, but turn and look attentively.
For those who don't know me, my name is Gideon. Gideon Matthews. I was Paladin Dance's acquaintance. Or dare I say friend. I have bad news. The expedition against New Orleans has failed. They were routed.
They begin muttering to each other.
I was there. Iomade called me away from my own personal quest to be there. Don't fully understand how, however, I come bearing this news. We must remain strong. We must mimic, if not aspire for her perfection. It's our calling. And we need to make contact with any other order or any other temple we can make contact with. Noelia is far too powerful. We need the most powerful people we can come with.
A rather older individual, someone you've seen around before, but was not like the main guy, kind of comes forward leaning on his staff and says, "Your portent, do you bring portents of grave consideration? Do you have articles of authentication to present to substantiate your story?" And as someone who has crusaded for Elmade, that would either be they basically want to make sure that you are what you say you are as a paladin. It's a formality since they've kind of seen you before. Well, they've seen you before. They've regularly seen you before, and Meg is with you. You did cut quite an imposing figure dismounting a griffin that walked right in with you. But they basically would like a presentation of a holy symbol and a demonstration of something.
Fair enough. Well, that would, be perfect, considering the most recent spell I just picked up, Gonna blow my level 3.
Okay.
And it'll be, where is it? Yeah. So he is going to use his level 3 daylight as he presents his holy symbol, which is the metallic symbol of Iomade.
What metal was it?
Silver.
It is no more silver. It is platinum.
Okay. And he'll also present his ring. Which
both
is
of these glow.
the ring of the Night.
And they have to cover their eyes and look. But the old guy recognizes that spell and its strength and says, "We have much to discuss. Follow Crusader Gideon's orders. He is acting crusade leader until otherwise notified." And so you now have a position of authority within a high position of authority within the Iomedean order in Magnamar until at least substitutionarily until someone arrives. And there you go. He leads you to another room, and you guys confer back and forth quite a bit, talking about what happened, talking about dance, and his face gets very serious, very somber, and his hand goes to his head when you talk about what happened to Dance and how Nualia had him on the ground and held a gem over him. And the old man says that his soul can't reach the inheritor as long as it's within that gem. So she stole Paladin Dance's soul.
And here I thought she just stole his life energy. Well, fuck me. She's making Death Knights. Well, anti-paladins.
She's making World of Warcraft.
Sorry! We were talking about that earlier. She's making anti-paladins.
There are Grave Knights.
She's making Christmas.
We have to make sure she survives now so we don't ruin Christmas. Campaign
Making
switch.
Christmas, making Christmas, la 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 la.
Yeah. What's this? Yeah, so he'll go over that, and we need assistance from the Holy Crusade.
I will send word to our brother and sister, our sister temples. Surely they will send someone. This is more threatening than realized. We all thought that Dance could handle it. He thought he could handle it.
She has gotten more powerful than anyone could have ever realized. Quickly. She's made some sort of deal with the Marsh too.
I will look into it and see what might be happening. Until then, keep order in the temple. It will be difficult for some of the newer recruits. Paladin Dance was well beloved.
That he was.
So.
And Gideon will actually, at that point, basically get Meg and then take to the training grounds and start personally doing combat training and training with a lot of the recruits and paladins in the actual temple itself, basically trying to hone everybody, to give people confidence and to give people something to strive for.
Okay. You go looking for Meg, and you find her in a stall that you assume where her nest was, and it's still there, and she's in it. She's too big for it now, and she's kind of tried to curl up in it, and you see that she's got a little piece of blanket over her, and she has, you see on that blanket, a D in the corner. But she gets up, with your intentions being such, and her head was away from you when you came in. And she moved, her head moved and her paw moved real quick before she stood up to go out with you.
Meg, emotions are not weakness. And I grieve as well. So do not be ashamed of what you feel.
She stops and she looks at you somberly for a minute. And you see that she tries to put on this big face as much as she can with her bird beak. But her eyes kind of well up. And she lays down on her full body, and she puts her head against your breastplate, and you just see drops fall. And she goes,
He'll pat her head. All we can do is make him proud of placing such trust in us.
and we slowly cut and fade away from that. Everybody makes it to Magnemar. I'm sure everybody's ready for a good time.
So how much time has passed?
Getting to Magnemar took a week. Took a week from when you got back from Turtleback. So
Wonderful.
It's currently Callistril the 7th. Well, Callistril the 6th in the afternoon. Is going to be the 7th when you probably head back or start to do stuff. You do find
Because,
Gideon.
I was gonna say, Emmy did want to go to the temple, and a couple of things. She wanted to be able to, if Magpie wanted to, bring up Ivania, and
Okay.
she wanted to just, get a chance to visit, and
you
to
want
tell
to
her
try
to.
and you want to summon her, you mean? Or you want to try and talk about her?
Her original thoughts, I don't know, it would be better to summon her somewhere privately to be able to talk to her, but then she also wants to ask questions about her at the temple.
Okay.
But she does want to summon to visit.
Summon to visit is
Still a use of the
mechanically
once a
works.
week.
Well, it mechanically works. It's a once a week summon for a single round. She cannot stay in this realm. The mortal realm melts around her.
Dude, that's so metal. You have the coolest kid.
We have to go visit her. Which
Yeah, I was
mean
gonna
we
say,
can't
is there-
do.
She
But-
does seem to try. She does seem to be in the background of some of your dreams. Both you and Magpie will see her in the background of some of your dreams, or kind of when you're waking up. She's the last thing that you're waking up to see. So
Is there a way that we could, if we summon her for 6 seconds, is that enough time for her to take us with her to wherever she fades to when she disappears from the mortal realm?
she is not fully matured yet, so she may not have the ability to teleport you. It will depend what the Simur has, because
I don't
you
think
are
they
not
can teleport,
allowed
can
to
they?
summon a demigod. You are simply summoning a Simur. I'm not giving you a demigod on command. Speed dial.
Oh, but Adam. You know, it has mass cure critical wounds, flame strike, daylight, zone of truth, detect evil, detect magic, and tongues.
None of those
No.
are teleportation or plane shift.
They're not.
Nope.
Indeed.
So,
So
I wonder if there's some kind of level 5 spell that would allow me to visit her. I don't know. I don't know what
One
spells.
imagines you could use.
I don't know the spell.
I was gonna take it for Nahkräs, but then I didn't because it cost money, and I didn't think you guys would help pay for it. Planar ally to contact her, or even like what she's NG summon a like a lesser Agathian, something like that. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you could pay for your own planar ally.
He is expensive. Buy me my necklace. I don't need a necklace of fireballs. Mal's gonna be my siege mage.
Planar
I will
ally is level
say
6,
power
unfortunately.
level you saw. We'll say with the power level you saw demonstrated. If you try to use magic to summon her,
No, to get
You
to
would-
her.
to get to her. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, that's possible, probably.
One wonders if you couldn't also like pray to her, because demigod, would she hear that way?
I mean, that depends. Does she grant domains?
Which mythic tier?
That would have to be explored in another session. What do you want to do while you're in Magnamar, everybody? If anything, aside
guess
from
I'm gonna-
shopping and stuff like that.
When Wayko and I show up, like, there's no way that my workout counts as 4 creatures now. So it's gonna be a little. I'm very inconvenient. I'm really sorry, guys. But I'll have cast carry companion. Wayko teleports us to Magnamar, and then as soon as we get there, I'm going to unactivate it. And Wayko and I are walking through the streets of Magnamar on the back of a tiger the size of an elephant. It just
And you are getting stopped by guards.
Do something.
Whoa! Whoa!
Do something,
Hold.
guard. Do
Hold.
something.
Oh man, I'm really tempted. No, it's Wayko, not Gideon with me. It's doable. I could just have my workout. roar
What?
at them.
Are domestic chickens illegal now? And he takes his hat off, and the chicken goes.
Yes, our domestic chicken's legal now.
You can't have that beast down in here. It's huge.
Literally.
She's not that big.
Mechanically.
She's not big.
It's
She-
fine. It's fine.
She's
I'm
mad, and her feathers get all flump.
We're talking
a
about
druid.
the cat.
It's fine. She's with us. It's important that she goes with us because she needs a lot of food. If I let her go wandering around, who knows what could happen?
If you're such a good druid, you would know what would happen.
I do.
You think
Do
we
you
would
want me
leave her
to
alone?
explain it to you? I will proceed to
There are
spend like
people in the background running away from this huge cat.
Everything would be pushed off the desk if we left her at home, as it would be tearing up the whole roof.
On a
She knocks
massive
guards-
scale.
She knocks guards towers over just to
Yeah,
be
it's just
a dick about it.
Cups the size of men shattered everywhere.
A dwarf runs up like, "Hey, you better!" And she just goes like,
But yeah.
I'll spend that time if he wants to know. If I have to make knowledge and nature checks, I'll do it. I will explain to him exactly what happens to this part of the world if he lets a creature native to the next place over where megafauna are common just wander around.
Well, to be clear, he's not wanting it to wander around. He wants it out of the city.
Yeah, I'm quite aware.
Okay, so it boils down to, and you see some figure, you hear horns blow.
And maybe
And
I
you
just
see
wait on the party to show up at this point.
Starting, you see figures starting to fly from each part of the city.
All right,
Couple
Wayko, how are
figures.
your social checks?
"Not as good as my put everyone to sleep and sew their mouths shut check."
That's really great,
Gideon.
but now we need to use our talking.
Talking.
Gideon also hears, and he and Meg
Just
would
as Emmy
probably
is getting
mount
to
up.
the temple, probably.
He's gonna stand up and start charging up his hands like, "Hey, come on, man! We're gonna
Wayko,
save
this
the
is not the
goddamn world."
time. Wayko, I'm gonna try a diplomacy. check.
Wayko's the impulsive one now.
-2.
I was gonna say what a
17.
role reversal, but not at all. Not even a little bit.
I was gonna say,
No
it's
one
not like I
is-
was ever the mediator.
No one's attacking yet, but they are like, that thing can't stay in the city.
And I'd like to explain to them that it will be fine if it's in the city. That's what the diplomacy check's for. What the
They
hell?
don't really believe you.
They don't believe me.
Not really.
Does any of them have a shiny hat which might dictate that he's in charge? Is there any of the guards with the shiniest hat that I can maybe charm?
Is there any guards with an exclamation point above their head?
Probably several.
Looking-
This is suddenly
looking for
turned
the
into
guy
Metal
with
Gear
only
Solid.
Scar.
Does he have like the Centurion fan on top of his head?
Yeah, where's the fan head guy? I want to make kissy face at him.
So,
I feel like if I keep hanging out with Wayko, I'm gonna switch from LN to N on the path to CN, which I'm maybe okay with.
Or
Come on,
NE.
man, if you're a true druid, you should be TN anyway.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well-
so
Greg, you and Meg both heard a alarm horn of and mounted up and started heading towards this ruckus that some other flyers are starting to head to as well. They are magically flying. So-
Wayko, you know what would be
Oh.
good right now if we had a ballista. We need a ballista.
Dazzling light.
Where's the ballista?
You want a ballista? Siege? This siege creature.
You're not understanding yet. Stop saying things you don't understand, sir. Slumber.
Slumber the guard.
Just one
Okay.
of the 20.
Okay.
I'm gonna
And
switch
that
my
dude
alignment.
just like.
I'm gonna switch my alignment to true neutral from lawful neutral, just because I'm gonna be okay with this.
Because I'm too much fun.
Because you're too much fun. You're teaching me how to have fun again.
All right. So, you
Now we
successfully
die.
slumber that guard, and now I have to find a troop.
Nice.
No, do you have to find a troop? I don't feel like you have to
I also gotta leave in 5 minutes, so as soon as the
I'm
guy
leveled
says,
up and
"Do
ready
it,"
for
rest of them go,
combat.
"Oh,
You
got me."
coward! You have to leave in 5 minutes. Why would you do that? Why would you leave me
'Cause
alone
it's
to
hilarious.
this fight?
Because
Right.
it's your problem now, Nahkräs.
I forgot I had to leave. Oh no, you got me.
Clap him in irons.
Just getting some
All right.
big irons.
So I imagine like all this stuff is happening just as Emmy gets to the temple and like Gideon's taking off. Just shit.
I also
Uh,
imagine that like 25 feet of Warcat is probably big enough to go over most of the buildings in, well, maybe not all the buildings in Magmar, but a lot of them. Who probably like, I don't know how well people can see me. as I petition
So-
for the party to come save me from Mal's shenanigans.
We're in Magnamar right now?
Yeah, you guys are in Magnemar right now.
Yeah, we're all here.
Yeah, Emmy was just showing up at the temple to ask questions. And
All you hear from on
everyone's
high
flying away.
is, as Gideon starts his landing. Thor! Oh crap!
Yeah, you
Gideon!
see that,
Gideon! You didn't
almost-
die!
I'm almost
You
certain
left
that
when we needed
that's
you the
our
most,
problem
and I
also.
peed my pants, and Emmy walked in my pee because we were afraid because you weren't there, but you survived.
Yep, that's definitely our problem also, dear.
Yeah,
All right.
that's definitely on the list. New shoes.
All right.
I meant that we should go to the gatehouse, but yes, we should also buy you
Oh
new
yeah,
shoes.
no, they were on the.
Nice.
Emmy like gets to the temple as the horns are going off. She catches a
She
quick
sees
glimpse
Gideon
of
take
Gideon
off.
taking off, and she just like about face to the gate.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm
So-
saying. Like that's
Yeah.
like that's definitely our problem.
just to clarify, so they teleported in, so that's the gate. They would teleport to the lower gate because that's the one that you guys spent the most time around, and where he trained the things. So yeah, you guys can go over there, and it's about to come to blows with the guard. In fact, it has technically come to blows. They're stabbing
Wayko.
at Wayko. Mama's swatting at him unless told not to. She will.
I'll keep her restrained. I'm not gonna let her attack. I probably find it a little funny, but I'm not
So
gonna
she's
let her
doing
attack.
like non-lethal damage against these things, kind of swatting them away. Her back arches up, and the whole
Oh,
platform kind of goes. "Whoop."
Just whoop. I feel like that has to be taken into consideration for the construction.
And,
It has to
you
be
know,
able to give.
So
Gideon
Emmy
will
gets there.
get as close as possible to the fray, and I'm going to guess it's in the next day for Gideon, or it's been a couple days in the temple.
It's been about 2 days in the temple, so they get here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Daylight.
Well, that hurts
Daylight.
my eyes.
Daylight to blind the orc.
It doesn't
Daylight
blind me. It
because
puts a neg
it's
one
more-
on me. It doesn't blind me.
It's daylight more to cause, startle. And he'll just... Everyone stand down.
I'm trying to stand up. Put that light out.
Wayko
Cross.
hops in the air,
Mama. Step back. Wayko, what did you do?
floats
Yes,
down.
Wayko, what have you done?
Hey, come on, that's unjust. You can't just walk around blaming
I
suspicious-looking
just-
people.
I just float down to the center of a circle of spears, and I say, "What did I do? I defended the rights of the giant cat after saving us from the giant fish and learning all about green stuff. What have you been up to?"
I've been fighting Nualia, watching Dance die.
You should have
yeah.
Then
taken
I
me
took
with you,
over the
Gideon.
temple.
That's important, and I'm actually quite sad to hear that Dance is dead. I quite liked him. He was helpful. So why are these guys mad at me?
Gentlemen,
They're kind of that cat can't come in. It's huge. People have already fled. Oh,
Nahkräs, is there ways to make it smaller?
There is
Is Mama-
not. She's fully grown.
Well, can't
Can you carry
Kane in
animal
it?
the same way that you did before?
I cannot. I don't want to.
Nahkräs, there is a distinct difference between can't and cannot and won't.
She deserves to walk free. She secured Fort Raddick. Wayko would be dead right now, if not for her.
I don't disagree.
You would be dead
But-
if not for Wayko.
That is also true. Hi, Magpie.
What if I take up this concern with the head of state?
I hear
That's-
he's in with
Where
the
do you
mayor.
need that?
Nahkräs,
Do we
I
have to
think
get a
you used
permit?
property damage.
We can
I
be
don't
careful.
think your cat fits down the street.
We can be careful. We just won't go in the alleys. When the spoilers show up, we'll deal with it then. For now,
We're Main Street Kitty, baby.
Main Street Kitty. When we put the ballista on it, we won't fire the ballista in the city. Suddenly, this has become a Marvel movie. Collateral damage.
Did
No,
you
I'm
talk
start-
about your siege weapon in front of these guards?
Yeah, I'm
I
starting
also
to
knocked
agree with
one out,
Gideon
but
now.
he looks like a little sleeping angel over there.
I think maybe you should make
Gideon will
Mama
turn
just like a
to-
little tiny rock for a little while.
Gideon will turn to the captain. He'll find the captain and everybody if the captain wasn't slept.
Just shake him a little. Hey, come on, man. This is serious.
Yeah, he was not. Well, in the let me see. In the commotion, the captain was slept. So
Was Gideon will
Yes.
wake the captain up. Captain,
Oh, big cat! Big cat! What's going on here? What's...
I'm the crusader in charge of the Temple of Iomedae, Gideon.
Where's Dance?
Oh,
Dance is dead.
Yes, well, would you do something about this?
I am handling it
Huge
right now.
creature.
I'm telling you for your own safety, my friend, that despite their look, they have done Magmar great service in the past, saved quite a number of people's lives, including the Lord Mayor's. And if rumors are to be believed, the small one may have personal connections with the Lord Mayor himself.
He's done some other stuff as a man.
And it's an intrigue game. We're all gonna start writing.
I
Do-
never
Do I
get-
need to make a diplomacy check here? Like, is this?
The name of the game is Lying Solves All Your Problems.
Oh, yeah.
It's not lying.
it's not lying.
I'm gonna get
I
arrested.
chose
again.
very carefully.
No, I'm
the
just
words
like
I-
that's just intrigue games in general, not necessarily this specific insinuation.
Ah, yeah. Roll me a diplomacy check to see if he gets the idea, because I rolled for him.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good to have around.
Modified 20.
I'm gonna aid another.
Yeah, as will Emmy.
Everyone's like, yeah, no, he's a pervert.
I'm
Nahkräs'
not-
aid another is
I'm
just
not gonna
successful.
aid. I'm just gonna walk through the crowd towards the cat.
My war cat's gonna aid another because my war cat is sentient and understands common.
Emmy got a natural 19.
Will has
War cat
tries
goes,
to look like
"Roar,
a cute
roar."
kitty. It doesn't pan out.
It does not pan out because the war cat just sits on its haunches and goes roar 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 roar, which only frightens them more.
Captain,
Right.
But
are you familiar
Gideon-
with the clock tower incident that happened approximately a month and a half ago, 2 months ago?
Oh, right. Yes, I am. You saying that these are the individuals that helped with
Amongst another, yes, I was there alongside a few others, including these two rapscallions, I will put it mildly.
Also, my chicken was there.
I might be offended at the term rapscallion, but I will keep my mouth shut for now. I say out loud.
I mean, do you understand the term rapscallion?
Probably. My intelligence is 10. I'm probably one of the smartest people in the party who's not a full caster.
So, the captain converses with you a bit, and he's not against the bipedal ones coming into town,
Understandable.
but that big cat is going to cause mass hysteria if it starts walking through the streets.
Let me
and that's
try to
his-
reason with Nahkräs. Let me see if I can
I'm right here.
get him to understand.
Waco is,
We're far enough away.
Waco's gonna slink away, snickering at this point, and
I'm gonna
I
follow
had-
you. You don't have ranks in stealth. I smell you.
we'll
I held you as we fell to our
guards.
death. I know what you smell like.
I bought some. Can we say I bought some deodorant while we were gone?
No.
Whoa.
Sheety face.
Hey, everybody gets to buy stuff, remember?
Oh, I definitely bought some deodorant.
I'll be working on my shopping list, but I will see you guys in a little bit.
All
Oh,
right.
good shopping list too. We have a ballista to enchant, my friend.
Yes.
Nahkräs, do you recall how easily the people of... how easily you startle people in Sandpoint?
I recall them looking at me funny. That was when we talked about you were gay.
I'm gonna roll stuff. I'm gonna
I'm
slap
gonna roll
on
perception.
I'm gonna slap on some lady speed stick and roll stealth.
Emmy looks at Nahkräs as he says that and just sort of says under her breath, "Oh, he's definitely not gay."
Oh, but I'm sorry. I may have told Amiko that you were gay, and we broke a table. It's a long story. You were there.
Sure. Is that your perception? Is that your 7 minus 3 is your perception?
No, that was my war cat's diplomacy. That's my perception, which is not.
Oh,
much
well,
better.
that 13 doesn't beat a 40.
No, fuck off. I might beat it with my war cat. Actually, that was my war cat. I might beat it with Nahkräs. He adds 10.
Yeah, it's 10. Go for it.
I got this. Why you gotta hose me? Why you do? Look,
That 18? No, that 18 doesn't beat a 40 either.
Neither would a 30.
Yeah, so up behind you on the war cat.
Emmy always knows where he is. Much so.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's because she's married to me and we're wearing those special rings.
That's a mechanical reason.
Hey, Nahkräs, you really gotta make the big cat the small cat. This is
How did you get behind me?
Right? It's new, right? It's a whole new thing I'm trying out. I'm real proud of it, but you gotta make the big cat the small cat.
Where is your shadow?
Right? We've been arguing about this, me and her, for like 3 days now. I don't know where it went, and I'm really upset about it. But you're deflecting right now, and I can't allow that. You gotta make the big cat the small cat.
Surely we can come to some kind of compromise. The next time a giant monster comes over the wall, trying to kill you, trying to kill your wife, you don't want to wait for me to get my cat out.
Well, yeah, but that's not gonna happen in the city.
You don't know that.
I don't know a lot of things, like
I
Jesus.
don't either.
But I do know that we're not anywhere near a body of water where a giant horse-faced monstrosity is gonna come up over the wall at us.
Something will fly.
Technically,
Something will come out of the
Magnamar
ground.
is on the sea. So
Magnamar is also on the sea. Look at that bridge.
Well, we'll stay away from port.
Nahkräs, how much panic and problems would said creature cause to the general populace?
Damn it, you've got me in circular logic. So
I'm just saying that
it's not
to them, your cat is that creature. It causes panic.
my cat is not that creature. My cat is a war cat of rule.
I understand this. Those who
Let's
know
explain it to the people.
Those who know her understand this. However, the mass populace won't know this.
Mass populace needs to learn.
Well, if you want to take
Mass
the time to
populace is
educate
stupid.
all millions of them,
Are there
Be my
millions of
guest.
people in Magnamar?
if you count all the transient, like the transitional people, it services over 1 million people.
I lean down around Nahkräs and look at the guard captain and I say, "Is there a learning annex in Magnamar?"
Oh God.
Yes
Oh,
or no
boys.
question.
There's
Yeah.
places to learn letters and stuff.
All right. Yeah, okay. Yeah. You want to set up a class at the learning annex, Nahkräs?
Sure.
All right. Yeah. Let's go set up a class at the learning annex. Teach people about big
How-
cats and shit.
Captain, how much would it cost to operate an impromptu zoo, essentially?
We need a zoo permit.
Because we do. Large ass animal needs a permit.
I suppose it would be about the same as running a circus. I'll have to get back with you on that pricing. It's not usually.
Can we say
Oh,
that we are
circus
going to
dog.
get a temporary license for now to allow the cat in, and we're going to put a banner in front that describes it as a
Service
giant
animal.
cat. There we go. Service animal, giant cat.
I swear to God, if you label it as an emotional support animal, I'm gonna stab you in your ass.
It is my mother, but you don't know that.
I do now.
do.
wait, what?
How they do?
What do you mean the giant
Everybody-
cat's your mother? You
It's
definitely
a long
said that
story.
out loud.
I'm not gonna have
guards-
this conversation with you with all these guards
All
here.
the guards look, everybody looks back at Gideon, and the guard captain goes,
Oh, we're definitely gonna talk about this more.
This is not the worst time for that to come out.
This I don't know. He's of the Green Faith. I don't know if they.
I'll go find a document.
Captain, I appreciate it. I do apologize for this entire situation.
I have so many questions.
to expedite the current situation, just a smidge.
Was your father
everybody-
also a war cat, or was he
I don't
like,
know, Magpie. I don't have the time to comprehend these emotions right now.
Was he an orc?
Probably. I hope. I don't know.
So,
Or was he
does
like a
eventually-
giraffe? Is that how orcs are made?
What is a? Do I know what a giraffe is?
You're of the Green Faith. I would hope so.
Well,
Yes,
it's not in
well.
this area though. That's
Yeah.
kind of the situation. That'd be more in the Mwangi.
It's the Mwangi expanse.
Like Catapesh.
Yeah. But you do eventually get this permit. It costs 100 gold pieces.
Might it cost less
Because-
if Wayko talks to the mayor? He's not here, so I will assume agency. They like each other.
Unfortunately, there's no botting. So.
Yeah, we-
Wayko
we're
is
talking about
already
this.
with the mayor. He walked away and snuck over to the mayor's house while this whole conversation was going on.
He gets to the mayor's house. He's leaning. The mayor turns to the window, and he's just leaning because he feels. He turns to the window because he feels a breeze, and he's just leaning against it and says, "How you doing?"
Yeah, and it's a second story window too.
Yeah.
Yep.
How you doing?
How you doing?
So there's that. That's the most amount of botting we'll do today. But it does cost 100 gold pieces because usually you make money, and you make more than well more than 100 gold pieces for exhibits. But
He's gonna
That's not exactly-
charge for these classes. You realize, like this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
yeah, but how much?
sink that
Good
rank
question.
into profession. Stay here for the rest of Rise of the Runelords to recoup that 100.
I mean,
gold.
enough to make that money back, I guess, Adam.
Well, here's the
Well,
thing.
that'll
If it
depend
is,
on who
if
pays.
it is now it's 1 million people through fair. Correct. So that would
Yeah.
be 10 silver per gold, 10 copper per silver, 100 copper per gold, 100 gold. So we're looking at about 100,000 copper. Yes.
Copper.
Standard admission fare would likely be 2 copper.
You could charge that. You
Like
could probably
2
get
copper.
that
a
if you charge
week,
that, I'll
maybe.
say.
I feel like
To a
this is a
circus?
setup for Mazus, not anybody else.
Yeah.
Mazus, I
I'm
need
just-
to make money.
I'm just doing the math here with 1 million thoroughfare, a massive cat. You're saying a copper, 2 copper. You'll easily get 100,000 people to look at that damn thing.
I don't know.
That depends.
Like, who would want to like learn from Nahkräs? That's like
Well, it's not necessarily nerding from across. You're paying to come see the giant war cat of Belkson.
Yeah,
To be fair, Mama, what's her intelligence?
her intelligence is
4?
3.
What's her wisdom?
Her wisdom is 12.
She would look at the coins going in, and she would look at she would look at a little baby, not a baby, but like a little toddler that has come in. It goes, kitty, and starts to run up to her, and her mom's like, oh, and she gets past the borderline, and then she puts her head down and goes,
Blip.
and
Blip.
it lifts the kid up, and he goes back onto its feet. And she starts patting on it and rubbing on it. And so now you have lots of traffic of all different types wanting to
Petting
pet
zoo.
the huge war cat of Belkson.
I mean, if we're
What's
gonna
your
stay
name?
here for a couple weeks, I have my shadow back, right? That's we've been here long enough.
Are you staying for a couple weeks?
Yeah, we're not going to the next part of combat until we're optimized, sir. I have to buy a ballista.
Well, Gideon is the official, the temporary, if not official, captain of the temple, so he ain't going nowhere.
Okay. So,
Can we get back to the
who
temple
all?
now?
Well, I mean, if you want to talk to Gideon, he's right here.
Well, I don't know. Gideon, you saw the whole thing with Vanya, right?
Yes.
What do you know? What can you tell me about the divine sparks? I was
What
going to
can
go
you
to the
tell me
temple
about
and ask.
meta knowledge for the Pathfinder 2nd Edition one-shots that will be played on the End of Planar Crossroads in the coming weeks?
Bum, bum, bum.
I
had to plug you.
I will roll my knowledge
I had to plug
religion.
you on your own
However,
channel.
I'm going to say Gideon knows Bump Kissin as much as you do. Yeah. Bump Kiss. That would be an 8.
And nothing. He's never heard of the divine sparks.
Or
This is new to me. I know of the current existing gods and their tenets. These divine sparks, or whatever your daughter is, I'm not familiar with.
would there be someone at the temple you could point me to?
You could potentially talk to some of the clerics at the temple, of course. I'm sure the Knowledge Keeper would have understanding as well, but be completely honest, Emmy, this looks like it is something new. Something different. Something similar to how Ayamade became a god, but something also quite different.
Okay.
She's got a lot to think about, but she's gonna sort of go to privately meet with cleric there, and she's gonna sort of tell him about how Alceta and some weird person called the Procurer.
Well, you
Oh,
try to
they-
recall the name,
Oh.
and you just can't think of it.
Hmm. He called my daughter a divine spark. I don't really know what that means.
Okay. So you went to the Knowledge Keeper then, like Gideon suggested?
Yes.
The Knowledge Keeper is named Obero,
Obero?
and he is actually the old man that came forward to ask Gideon to present his authority, basically. And he thinks for a minute. He is not sure. He's going to have to look into it. There's something vague in his memory, but he can't pin it down right now. Like an obscure piece of information that was in one of the books that he read from the library. So,
All right. She'll sort of nod, thank him for his time, and I guess tell him that she will check back in a little while, like few days, week maybe, see if he's found anything.
okay, he is very busy with the stuff going on at the temple, but he does promise to look, especially since you guys are friends with Gideon.
All right.
So, that's everything that anybody wants to do, I suppose.
Yeah.
Everything
How
important.
long would you like to?
Everything else is buying stuff. Seeing how much gold we have to play with.
Yeah, we need an in-between to shop.
Hmm.
So you want to shop here, so you're going to spend some days here.
Magnamar is the biggest city around, so I suppose so.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
And it's a port city, so if we need something ordered in.
Yes. There's actually a ship that you can get a ballista off of.
Yes.
It's a ship, old warship being dismantled.
Okay.
There's plenty of places for other shopping to be done. And next session, we can probably talk about the, what was it? Next session, we can probably talk about what Magpie finds at the black market, should he choose to go there and visit.
Oh, well, now that you've brought it up, I suppose I have to go.
Is it just a regular non-magical ballista, Adam? From the ship that's getting dismantled?
Yeah, they don't have a magical ballista, but it's a start.
It is. Mazus can enchant it. It just costs double. So it costs as much as like the regular purchasing of the enchantment to enchant a siege weapon.
Right. Okie dokie. So you guys want to spend enough time there to recuperate your 100 gold? Is that what I was hearing?
We're probably going to be here longer with Mazus crafting anyway, so might as well.
Okay, so you want to spend
Like
your
Nahkräs
time
doesn't have
here.
anything really like else to do. Well, that's not true. There's a lot of bad things happening. Nahkräs will spend his not working hours, I guess, like probably honestly at the Temple of Iomade, because there's not like the Green Faith presence in Magnamar, or excuse me, in Varizia rather, is not a whole lot of much. And if they're having problems, like everybody's gonna need all the friends they get. To be honest, it probably tracks that I might want to introduce Gideon or I'm really bad with NPC names, so forgive me in advance. Old man to crazy eyes lady who helped me do the scrying. I'm very terrible.
Well, Bonada is not here. She's back in Sandpoint.
That's what I'm saying, is like I want to like get that connection going, because like you said, they were getting a hold of sister temples. We're not of the same faith, but it's close-ish compared to like who the bad guys are.
Obano doesn't know any scrying magic, but he does. Okay. There are people in the city that would. So.
Okay. Well, it could be simple enough as like sending word out as well.
Okay.
Because you imagine like the Green Faith would know what to look for, especially like if I'm occupying a similar position in that hierarchy as Gideon is here, I don't know if they are looking for me, or if a sign like sent out into that part of the world from me carries any weight, but something like that.
It might, once word gets around about the Green Faith is not nearly as organized as
like a core religion.
Well, not just core religion, but an actual organized religion.
Fair enough.
So, power and position is usually between the different changes between different circles, and is not always cross-circle recognized. In your circle, you are becoming one of the strongest and most respected, but in another circle, you may not. You're just another druid.
Fair enough.
So, in your circle, you're fairly well respected.
Okay.
You're still a little young and, for lack of a better word, green to be considered a leader. But the dice say that you guys have to spend about 4 days, all day basically, at least Nahkräs and the cat, getting money, from showing off Mama Cat, to make your money back. So, do you want to spend any days after that in Magnamar? Because that'll give you plenty of time to shop too.
I think we dig into Magnamar until Mazus gets done crafting / Magpie gets his shadow back.
Fair.
But like, I don't know what's going on in the world right now, So I don't know how feasible that is, but that seems to be the next move, is to just like get everything done shopping wise we need to, and then move forward.
Yeah, because we don't really know what's going on either.
How did Turtleback Ferry pan out? Did some of the
we-
party have to pass through there? And like, are they okay?
Yeah. Turtleback Ferry did not get flooded that day,
Okay.
and they did see a surge in the water level, but that was to be expected from that opening.
Sure.
And you guys left town pretty quick, so you're not sure about what happened after that.
Mm.
But as far as you know,
Okay, fair enough.
It
It seems to be, if
we'll
nothing else, it
assume-
seems to be a good time to like lick our wounds as well, because that was rough.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Wasn't great.
So, there you go. That's as close as you were ever going to come to dying in this campaign, probably. So,
Hey man, you had the
Probably
Sandpoint
made it to
Devil.
the end.
That existed.
Yeah, someone
I
died.
did, but that was a percentage dice.
Fair.
So, anyway, I believe that's all we need to talk about, except for one thing that happens mid making your money. You, walking outside of a pub,
Tika.
walking outside of a pub, Magpie and Emmy hear a duet going on that says, Tengu woman, Kitsune, Tengu man, Kitsune woman. We get together anytime we can. Yonder Picari River won't tip us apart. There's too much love in this Tengu heart. There's too much love in this Kitsune heart.
Too much John Denver in this Res of the Runelords.
This wasn't, that wasn't John Denver.
Close enough.
But yes.
I'm assuming we recognize one of the voices at least. Assuming.
Sounds like wee small individuals singing, and one does sound fairly familiar.
Let me.
I hear the dulcet tones of an irritating goblin.
Oh gosh, I just hope she's doing okay. It's been so long. I wonder how it worked out. There was that's got to be him. That's got to be the bard she was talking about, and she just rushes.
Well, I mean, they're
Rushes towards the
singing.
sound of the
How
voice.
bad could it be if they're singing? Oh, you're gone already.
Oh yeah, Tika was into somebody. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's why she left, is to go get that little green dangle, I guess.
Dangle.
Jason Dangle.
All right.
Emmy rushes to the sound of the voices.
Okay.
I follow.
All right. I follow, says Kane. So you guys go in, and I'm kind of buying time so that Alex can get back. He left his chair.
What?
You guys go in, and you guys can make me a perception check. The bar's pub is pretty well packed.
I see them.
Oh, I still. Is that wisdom damage healed by now?
There's
I
been
have, like,
some
one
days.
per day.
Drain
Okay.
does not. Does.
Yeah, but
So I gotta fix that before rolling perception, because right now it's saying I got a -3, and that ain't true.
Just add 3 then.
Well, I don't know how much I'm supposed to add to it off the top of my head.
Well, if it's
Oh.
damage, you recover a point every day. If it's drained,
Oh yeah. So
restoration should give you.
Yeah.
Well, like lesser restoration doesn't cure drain, I don't think, but
18 is
Restoration,
actually
restoration.
fairly on
It's
point
really
this time.
All right. So you both look around, and Magpie points her out first. But you do see Titka up on stage. She's got better clothes on now. She's even got like little sandals on, and she's got a now multicolored rat,
Oh god.
kind of hanging around her shoulders.
No,
With a bow
Black
on it.
rat.
That's terrifying.
It's got a
This
bow
is-
on its head
Yep.
and a little ribbon on its tail.
Oh my gosh.
It's like
I am at once
completely
intrigued and
decked out.
repulsed.
And then she's right beside a rather swashbuckling, not a swashbuckler, but a high-booted. Well, he would be high-booted if he had boots on. He's barefoot. No, he's not. No, he's not. He is basically another goblin. He's got a red bandana on, big ears, all that type of stuff. But where her eyes and all the other eyes of goblins that you've seen thus far are red,
No.
his are a bright yellow golden.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
So that is what you see, and they finish up their duet, and
Oh,
they seem to-
as they're singing, I'm glad gets to come into play again because Emmy is going to dance along with the music as best she can.
Hey, yo, real quick, Adam. What did the sign look like on this inn we came into?
the pub
Yeah.
looked like one.
That sign looked like a sign.
It looked like a sign. It sure did.
Looked like a sign.
Which you saw.
Mhm. Looked like a sign that you saw. You don't recall right off the top of your head. You can go back outside and see if you want.
Oh
But,
yeah. I'll go take a look at that.
So
I
you
won't
look
leave the
outside.
tavern entirely, but I'll lean out the door and get a look at it.
All right.
That's another
So you
one of
look
those
outside.
multi-dimensional taverns.
Yeah, this one
The
doesn't have
Inn of
Cartesian in it.
Planar Crossroads.
Oh
And-
my! Look at that.
You did it.
That are the Gibble Gold Eyes running around this tavern with our NPC.
So
Did you just throw away the note card you wrote that down on? Is that what I witnessed?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
so
That is a 27 to dance along,
you dance along
and
marvelously, and
she isn't in her human form because she hasn't been doing that since a long time. I think since Turtleback, a little bit before Turtleback.
Magnamar is a pretty accepting place. I think so.
Yeah, we let the giant death
Well-
tiger through. I think the little fox person is like small peanuts at this point.
they let the huge size category cat through under
Yeah.
duress.
They still did it. We got that. I fussed until I got what I wanted. I am the best man child.
So there should be
Yeah.
no duress for the fox woman and the bird.
The only reason that you're still
Birdman!
no, diplomacy checks got you what you wanted.
Yeah,
But-
damn right.
Um,
I better start putting
Other
ranks in
people's
that.
diplomacy checks got you what you wanted.
Yeah, I better put some ranks in diplomacy if we're gonna be hanging out in towns.
Well, really,
So,
you need them for the
you
wild
see
empathy
there-
anyways.
Yeah.
you see there as you're dancing around, your perception helps you, and Titka automatically recognizes you as her Kitsune friend, and she waves to you while she's singing with this other individual that you don't know the name of yet, and the performance goes all the better, and more coins fly onto the stage. Both of y'all's perceptions were high enough to notice these coins don't seem minted the same way. There's not a synchronous method of minting throughout
Yeah,
the
it's
coins.
like-
There's some from Valarian.
It's like these coins come from all over, from many different
Yeah.
places at once.
And
All right, I'm done being salty. I'm gonna go dance with my stupid wife.
okay,
I know the check is entirely irrelevant, but Nahkräs is gonna show up out of nowhere. Minus 6. 6 is my charisma. Jesus. Minus 2. Respectable 13.
Well, Nahkräs has to be with his war cat, remember?
Okay, hold on.
At
She'll
all
poke her head
times.
Through. Here's a
No.
minus.
Ah! Just turn it into a rock.
It's an extra dimensional tavern, and there's a 2 on the dance. I've knocked a hole in the extra dimensional tavern.
If you do not shrink your cat, as she starts to come in, she begins to be affected by a spell.
Do a spell that forces me to do what you want. Fine. Okay, I'll shrink the damn thing. Cast Carry Companion.
No,
Now I'm
it's a
vulnerable. I'm
disintegrate
shields
spell.
down. Hit me now. Can't hit me with Power Word Kill anymore. I have 104 hit points.
Oh, I didn't say power word kill. I said disintegrate.
And that's worse.
That's much
Right.
worse.
I didn't say it was a bad spell. I just said it was a spell.
Yeah.
So,
Bet it was.
you walk in. Your day's kind of finished, and you come in as well. You walk in, and oddly, and with the perceptions from everyone else, this tavern is populated by a cacophony of different races. There's humans in here, but there's also elves, dwarves, gnomes, serpent folk. There's probably a Samsaran, a Duskwalker.
Oh, hey,
up
good.
on the
That's a brand new one.
Yeah. Up on the balcony, there's a Wei and a what would it be up there with it? A Wei and a Damphir talking
Man,
to each other.
I didn't know Magdamar was so progressive. There's all sorts of weird people in here.
It also seems larger in here than you thought it would be.
No, it's bigger on the inside.
And the doors don't seem to match up with what's outside.
Now,
But
the question is, are there any
Jenkins,
Kitsune in there?
there's several.
besides
There's
Emmy?
like 3. Yeah, there's like 3 Kitsune in there. Well, to be
Um,
clear, there's 2 Kitsune and a Knoll, but
Emmy will definitely make sure to introduce herself because she has never met another Kitsune in her life.
Or has she?
okay.
What about Tengu while we're on the matter? Not to take the wind out of Colin's sails.
There is actually a Tengu up in the rafter at the moment,
Okay.
listening to that and whittling on a piece of bark. Not bark, wood.
I will head up that way, but you do Colin first.
Okay. Well, as you all do that, a voice calls to you and says, "Oh, Master, let me see, Master Nahkräs, your drink's ready. Madam, good Madam Emyrelda, your drink is also ready, and Magpie, your beverage of choice is ready."
I didn't order a drink.
I don't know what it is, but it sounds like it's free.
It sounds like it's poison.
I'll drink it.
I will pick up the drink and I will cast. I don't have detect poison. Damn it! I should have taken that druid dip. I should have taken that druid dip.
I just stare at it real hard.
That's what I got.
Um,
I won't take a. I won't like. But I'm gonna. I had a GM once when I played an alchemist who was really pissed off at me that I would never just like taste the potion to determine its effects, and I always wanted to knowledge arcana. But that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna just. Well, what does it smell like? I have scent.
You don't have to taste them to check what they are as an alchemist. You can literally
I know,
just hold them.
right, exactly. But he wanted me to taste because he's trying to bait me into traps, essentially. Coward. But what does it smell like, Adam?
It smells like a nice, warm mead.
I don't trust it. Small sip.
Smells like mother's milk.
We'll talk
You
about
sip
it
and
later.
it is. You sip it, and it is nectar from the gods to you. It is marvelous mead, the best mead you have ever had, Nahkräs. You didn't even know you liked honey in your. You didn't even know you liked honey wine until you tasted it. It's magnificent.
Well, I guess there's only one answer then. We're getting drunk. Throw it down. There's actually still kind of some coffee in this. Sweet.
So
The
far,
drinks,
she's
give me
ignoring
the
the
drinks.
drink. She's a little bit focused on, like, holy crap, there's other Kitsune in here. I've never seen one before.
I'll get a little liquid courage in you. This
Man,
is a
she
big
doesn't need
moment
that.
for
She's
you.
got diplomacy.
All right, says you.
She'll be back for the drink, but right now she's just going to sort of introduce herself.
Just waiting on one of those natural ones you're so famous for.
All right. They're sitting at a table. One has a. Oh, what did he have? Well, he doesn't have him with him right now. One sitting at a table, still got a bow sitting beside him, and the other Kitsune that one seems to be male, and then the other Kitsune, appearing to be female, is kind of standing up. She's stronger built than you've seen yourself or him demonstrating to be. But she's a Kitsune nonetheless. They're talking to a gnoll.
Ooh, how does she want to approach this? Like, she has really good
Maybe
charisma, but
socially awkward.
I feel
Maybe
like this would
socially
be the
awkward
one
is that-
situation she would be socially awkward in. Like, but I'm not really sure. I don't know. Suppose she'll go up and say, sorry, pardon me.
The male just looks at you and looks back down at the gnoll he was talking to, but the female said she's got her arms crossed. She's, oh, yes. What can we do for you? First time to the inn?
This particular inn, yes, I suppose. To be frank, I'm quite surprised that there are so many people of different races just all gathered in this one inn.
That
be
comment
honest,
gets looks from. They look around to each other and they kind of all smile and, well, the gnoll and the female smile, and then the male Kitsune goes, and continues.
I thought that I was for the longest time I thought I was the only Kitsune in all of Varisia, and yet here you two are.
The stronger female looks and says, "Oh, Varisia, huh? Can't say that I've ever been there."
But you're that's not where the inn is. The inn's we literally just walked from the streets of Magnamar into here. So you have to be in Varisia.
You really are new, dear, aren't you? She sits you down. She motions for you to sit down.
With that, she's gonna sort of get the idea something magical is going on. She's gonna detect magic. She doesn't know where, but she's gonna detect magic, like at the door, I guess.
Okay. You start detecting magic, and it's just like a swirl of everything starts floating around in your head. The male kind of reaches over and smacks your leg. Just don't do that.
Well, this place is certainly something. Who, what kind of spell is that? What, like... She's gonna try as best as she can to rack her brain with a knowledge arcana, but I don't think it's gonna do anything.
What spell are you trying to find?
Something that could allow something that sort of matches with the magic that was going on and would allow a place to be like hyper located in multiple locations.
Okay. You know that there's transdimensional magic to get to different planes and stuff like that. So, I mean, this is not unheard of to see that. It's powerful magic, but that's about what you know with 12.
Yeah.
You also find that the drink that you left over on the counter is actually now by your hand, and the stronger Kitsune says, "Oh, you're a sake drinker too, huh?" And she reaches over and pours you a sip, and then pours you some in yours, and there appears to be, what do you know? There's just enough sake shot glasses to give everybody at the table a little.
Ah, that it's very reminiscent of when Xian was around. I think he's the one who introduced it to her. If I'm remembering, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Then she picks the female picks one up and says, "To Shen then," and she goes.
She didn't even say that. That's great.
Oh, she didn't say that?
No, Emmy didn't say like Xian introduced me. At least not yet.
The procurer has meta knowledge.
Yes.
He breaks
yeah,
the
I
fourth
thought she
wall.
was saying that out loud.
He is
Huh?
meta knowledge.
Oh, you thought I was saying it out loud. She would say before drinking, an old friend of Xian introduced me to sake. And then she'd have the sip.
To him then. And then they do that. The Knoll kind of takes it and goes, no, not my favorite. Or actually, the Hayes, the male Kitsune would look over him and says, "You never like any of our drinks, Ark." So,
I prefer dwarven whiskey
So
because it was high school and my version of a character voice was just my narration voice.
So it's Agabos.
so
Arl.
Ark was your name? I didn't catch either of your names. And she sort of points to the two Kitsune. Oh, Emyrelda, by the way. I don't think I introduced myself yet either.
You introduce yourself?
Yes.
Would Ark introduce himself? I would
Yeah,
just say.
the large black knoll sort of. I guess he walks around the Kitsunes. He towers above all three of you, and probably just shy of 9 foot tall. And he extends this equally massive, hairy black hand. Carl of Black Paw. It is good to meet you.
It's good to meet you too, Carl. Of Blackpaw, and she will shake his hand.
Yeah, and the other hand comes up to like clasp yours between his two like enormous mitts.
Ginormous hands. It's like a kid's hand getting shook by an adult's.
Yeah, he's got like your hand and half your forearm in there.
Oh, I wonder where Magpie went off to.
And with that, we'll phase over to Magpie.
She still did not get those names, though. I'll be waiting for that.
Fair enough.
Okay. Yeah, Magpie's climbing the stairs, and when there's no more stairs, because this other Tengu is up in the rafters, he's gonna acrobatics climb up the walls. He's used to doing it most recently in the Rusty Dragon. That's where he used to do it all the time. And then, before that, the circus, and then back home. So I'm gonna... You shaking your head to your kid?
Yeah, I was. You can do what you want.
Yeah, I just saw you look like vaguely off screen and go, don't even fucking think about it. Oh yeah, he's gonna acrobatics up there real good with a 34.
Okay.
He's gonna try not to make a ton of noise doing it, but he's not hiding himself. It's one of the in our recent events, this is one of the few times he's really not concerned about being spotted.
Okay. So you make
That, and he knows it's really not a good idea to sneak up on a Tengu.
Fair enough. You make that flash.
He's
and that
probably
flash
like
and
looks up there as he's acrobaticsing up, because the whole the magic rings and whatnot. And she just goes back to her conversation.
So you get up there, and you weren't hiding or anything, so it kind of startles the other Tengu who is whittling, and he moves a little bit, and then he comes back down and starts whittling, and he kind of looks at you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. I've gotten a lot quieter as of late. It's become a habit.
Kind of looks you over. You part of the Red Feathers too?
Well, that's an
you
interesting
seem
question
high
and
over multiple
it's
points.
very forward. I don't know why you would just ask that up front. I could have been a Blue Hawk, and then we'd have a whole thing to go on. But technically, yes.
What town?
Oh shit! What's the name of it? It's in here somewhere. There's like a named Tengu ghetto like on the outskirts of Chincha, and I can't remember what. Not Chincha.
Give me more names. I can help you out.
It's right below the spirit forest.
Minkai?
Yes.
Okay.
Just outside of Minkai.
Just outside of Minkai. On it. Hang on. Let me get my Dragon Empire's map up.
Okay.
I am such a nerd.
Near the forest spirits of
It's like right on the border of the Forest of Spirits in Minkai.
Gyoto.
Yeah,
Gyito.
I see it.
Yoto.
Gyoto.
I don't know what that is.
What do you mean? You don't know what that... In Chincha?
What's that? I'm from Port Marla. Where's your division?
What the hell is Port Marla?
It's a port.
What kind of name is Marla? That's a people name. Why would you call a place that?
My God, you are also a people! I yell from wherever I am.
You definitely can't hear that conversation.
I don't know that.
What? Yes, you do.
So
incorrect.
He says he didn't know about Chin Sha or anything like that. He says, I'm a blade master from Port Marla. Thought you said you were part of the Red Feathers.
Red Feathers? No, Red Beak.
Wow.
What's a Red Feather? What kind of stupid name for a organization is that?
Well, excuse me, but the leader of it had a marking of red feathers on his chest, so
Oh, okay.
Why
I
not?
see where you would make that assumption.
yeah, not so stupid now, is it?
Well, that's still a bad name.
yeah, whatever. He continues to whittle some.
So you're not from Tinsha, hey?
No,
No. Ah, it's a shame. I was hoping for a little news from home.
well, all right. Says the G. Says the
Yeah.
Tengu. GM's like,
Says
GM's
the
like,
GM.
go home and find some.
I would, but there's a plot.
Jade region.
Well, technically, I'm more referring to Sandpoint, where the letter's addressed to go. But, yeah.
We're going
Oh,
back there at
we're
some
getting
point.
there. We're going back there after here because we don't have somewhere else to go.
Yeah, we just wander.
There you go. So he
Might as well
continues to whittle.
touch base.
He's you see a man in a green robe come down, and he seems to be somewhat perturbed, and he snaps his fingers, and everyone else continues what they're doing. They don't even seem to notice, but you're conversing with him. Magpie and Emmy sees it. Nahkräs would probably see it, and he snaps his fingers, and the bird kind of gets off balance a little bit and tumbles down, and gets up. And he when he comes up and stands up, the procurer is right there, and he says, "You're no longer welcome here, Hut. Go home." And the door opens.
Put. Like P-U-T?
Hut.
Hut. Oh,
And you see he adjusts his clothes, and he has a tuft of red feathers right there. And he says, "Fine. Place is a dump anyway." And you see him go out the door, and the door he goes out of does not lead where you guys came into. And as he shut the door, you don't see him pass by the window that you see leading to Magnamar.
what? Maybe he flew away.
Um,
That's what I would do. In a huff. You know, you gotta make a dramatic exit. Caw.
Emmy
I'm gonna get
sees
down
the
from the rafters.
procurer,
Okay.
and she will temporarily excuse herself from the table to go talk with him.
Hayes, the male, acknowledges you're leaving, and Nyoji, the female, says, "Well, you'll have to come and see us again. I'm not sure that you'll
Yes.
be here when you're here, but
Until we meet again, small Emyrelda."
Well, I will hope to see you soon. And she goes up
sounds
to
like
the.
Ark Arl is Ark Arl making eyes at Emyrelda while Magpie is watching. That would be hilarious.
No, absolutely not.
Ah.
In your timeline, Arkarl is already married.
Oh, fair enough.
So she gets up to him and goes, "Oh, I've been so hoping to see you again soon. I'm glad you're here."
He
This
looks at you, and you see his eyes study you for just a moment, and then a flash comes across them. He says, "Ah, Emyrelda. How have you
This-
been?"
Oh, I've seen better days, but thankfully we all made it out alive. So, how's Ivania doing? I do wish there was some way for me to just, talk with her.
Well, I'm fairly sure she has been visiting you in your dreams, has she not?
She has, but it's whenever I wake up, it's such a haze. I don't really. I remember her face, but I don't remember any really level of conversation. She's just sort of there, and then my eyes opened.
Well, that is likely because you have not fully reached your potential.
What do you mean?
If you have to ask, you're not ready to know. But, look, here comes your husband. Perhaps he would like to also speak. We'll have to enlighten everybody on what Aaron's been doing this whole time later. But to do that next time. Because now it's time to go. So I hope everyone has had a good time. And we're going to do a little bit with Nahkräs in the end of Planar Crossroads since this was his first time, but we have become distracted. And yeah, I'm sure I'm sure Tommy will have plenty of time to experience the end of Planar Crossroads in 2nd edition as we continue to foreshadow events. Boom, boom, boom. But all that said, thank you, travelers, for coming by. We hope you enjoyed the game. They survived. Well, they escaped Black Maga and were able to continue the campaign.
Brave Sir Robin.
We did it. Usher out.
All right. Have a great day, everyone. God bless and enjoy. Bye.
Bye.